Welcome to the NCAA Baseball Regionals, presented by Capital One. Athens, Georgia has a reputation of being a great home run hitter's paradise. There's been a lot of feeding the trees, and two of the top slugging teams in the country do battle tonight. The top home run squad, Georgia, against the Duke Blue Devils, the number 2 seed, with 102 home runs on the season. Speaking of tree fertilizer, 7 home runs for Oklahoma State today, a season high in their 13-5 win over Binghamton, eliminating the Bearcats. Oklahoma State will await the loser of tonight's 1-0 game. As you see in the bracket there, Oklahoma State will play at noon tomorrow. The winner of tonight's game is into the regional final. And we welcome you inside our broadcast booth here at Foley Field with Jensen Lewis. I'm Mike Farron. Well, we talked a lot about home runs, and this certainly has not disappointed. Georgia's offense really came to play yesterday.
And right from the first inning yesterday, it was Trey Phelps, it was Daniel Jackson, and Colby Branch with maybe the quietest 4-for-4 game you can have offensively. If you make mistakes to this Georgia offense, they will make you pay, and with the dimensions and how the ball flies, they took advantage of nearly every one of them yesterday in the opener.
They even hit good pitches out of the ballpark yesterday. Some huge days for some of their offensive stars, not the least of which Trey Phelps there with a multi-homer game and 5 runs knocked in as part of the victory. Well, they're not the only good home run hitting team in this regional. The Duke Blue Devils are in the top 15 of the nation in home runs. They hit 3 last night in the 3rd inning en route to their win over Oklahoma State, and Ben Miller led the charge.
He's been their guy in the middle all year, and not only is he a great hitter, but it might be the best mustache in college baseball. Does it provide him extra OPS? I think so. It provided the much-needed run support that Owen Crooks would need to be able to escape a big jam early in the game, and that man will be tasked with taking on one of the highest octane pitching staffs in all the country.
2-time first-team All-ACC performer, the ACC's home run leader, and Durham native leading the offense. And Kyle Johnson will make the start for Duke tonight. The talented sophomore making his first start in nearly 2 weeks. He opened the year as their Friday starter, and in the biggest game of the year, Duke turns the ball over to the lefty. First pitch is next. The NCAA Baseball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Welcome to the fun zone in right field as Georgia fans are packed in, getting ready for this 1-0 game of the Duke Blue Devils, with this powerful lineup led by A.J. Gracia.
Yeah, for him, a guy that, maybe not the best on the stat sheet last night, but certainly an imposing figure that the Duke Blue Devils will rely on. He and Ben Miller, the engine to drive the offensive onslaught against a man that's going to have some high-octane gas coming at him from pitch number 1.
And that is Brian Curley, the transfer from Virginia Commonwealth. The right-hander who opened the year as a closer moved into the rotation. A sensational season for the right-hander.
Again, mid-90s. He'll touch 100 at times and also be ready for that cut fastball, the slider, and the curve. He needs to be out in force early, generate some swing and miss. We know a hallmark of this Duke offense, Mikey, has been grinding out those at-bats, prolonging innings with one of the best 2-out offenses in the country. We're set for a dandy tonight, my friend.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talked about that lack of chase and that Duke offense. They will grind out at bats, but they have struggled power-wise against 95+, and they'll see that today. So it's a really cool matchup. We'll talk about the matchup on the other side later because Ed is really good as well. Wallace Clark will lead things off for Duke, the switch-hitting shortstop, against Brian Curley. Winner to the regional finals. It's the 1-0 game in Athens. As the righty Curley is ready, the crowd is ready, and the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and check swing and a ball low for ball 1. Clark, a couple of hits last night. Transfer a year ago from Oklahoma, was a shortstop on their national runner-up team in Omaha in 2022. Curley takes his time, and the 1-0 on its way. fouled back. Brian Curley, one of the most entertaining pitchers you will watch in the country.
Yeah, very modern-day Louis Tiant, if you will. And the mechanics will tell you if he can live up to the moniker of one of the greats to ever play the game was, we know it's a lot of high velocity, a little bit of showmanship, and a flair for the dramatic.
1-1 the count to the switch-hitting Clark. Hit number 9 last year, up to the leadoff spot this season as he takes outside and the count 2-1. And already the impartial observers in red and black letting their opinions be known.
Yes, indeed. This will be a partisan crowd, to say the least.
There are a couple of pockets of blue on the first base side, but this is going to be a full house. Line super long outside the ballpark tonight. The 2-1. Tried to hold up. He went around that time. And then Henson saying a swing. It's 2-2.
Good fastball, 96 miles an hour. Trying to see Clark. Yeah, he certainly did.
There's your handful of Duke fans of the Georgia players leading the charge here. 2-2 the count. The pitch on its way. Swinging a drive deep to right center field. Racing over as McCarthy can't get it. It's off the base of the wall. It's a leadoff double for Wallace Clark in the Duke first.
Well, a return to sender right here. You knew that Wallace Clark was going to be ready for the big-time fastball, and he did not miss. Right down the middle. Clark thought he got it. He kind of went into a little bit of a trot there, thought that ball was going to travel a little bit farther. Just off the end of the wall. And Duke announcing their presence. The leadoff double.
A.J. Gracia hits, had his 16-game hitting streak snapped last night, but it's been a red-hot May, as we saw in the open, for the sophomore center fielder. The first pitch, he takes a breaking ball strike. It's 0-1.
Be fascinating to watch how Brian Curley decides to lead and to try and finish these next two guys in the Duke lineup for the longevity of his outing.
Duke putting pressure on Georgia right away. The 0-1. A strike, it's 0-2.
Back-to-back breaking balls, 77, 79. Full menu available now to Brian Curley. Can elevate that big-time heater. If he wants it one more time, ripcord on the breaking ball.
Clark the lead from second. The pitch. Swinging a floater to left field, and there is Daniel Jackson who will make the catch coming in for out number 1. Jensen, we saw earlier today left fielders having trouble with balls to the hazy sky. It's much more bright sunshine right now. You can see it glistening on Jackson's glasses, but it wasn't the easiest read. It seems like every ball in the air to left field is an adventure here.
I would say the blue skies above have finally joined us here. It was a bit gray and hazy right around noon and pretty much the majority of the game. So you're right, anxious to see how the ball travels now here this evening and what that vantage point will look like.
Ben Miller swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. The ACC's home run leader, the Durham native, a transfer from Penn, two-time first-team All-ACC performer. The man with the resplendent mustache. The 0-1. Foul back. A little tardy on that 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-2.
Something to think about, too, here, Mike, and this is what I mentioned to you in Game 1. Now, not only the vantage point of the outfield, but the hitters here, okay? We're going to have a little bit of that shadow creeping up towards the pitcher as we move forward. So you're going to get a little bit started in light, and then as we move forward, how those hitters can pick up spin and velocity in the later innings.
No balls and 2 strikes to Miller. Clark not a huge threat to run. 5 of 6 in stolen base attempts. Gets the lead. Not going. Miller takes a breaking ball low. It's 1-2. You can get Ben Miller to chase, but most of his power has come middle away. And look at those big arms extended. We can see he is already homered in this tournament. The 1-2. Outside, 2-2.
That pitch yesterday for Georgia was pretty much a strike, so already getting an idea of where the outside corner, particularly the righties, are. That's definitely a ball. Something to watch here on both sides, especially when Kyle Johnson takes the hill.
Curley with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the heater by him, 2 outs.
Now smart sequencing right here by the Georgia battery. Elevated fastball at that velocity. That's also the theme, Mike, you mentioned off the top. Duke has had trouble with the high 90s octane. Let's see what kind of adjustments they will make early in this one.
2 outs for Jake Hyde, the Georgetown transfer, an extremely selective hitter. Man at second for Duke in the first, the scoreless game. The breaking ball misses, it's 1-0. Clark with a leadoff double, he's still there 2 batters later. Well, you really feel like you would need to cash this in for Duke to try and steal momentum away from Georgia right away. Curley's 1-0. Foul away. 95s and 96s from Curley.
Yeah, I feel like he's just getting loose, too. He hasn't really downshifted just yet to try and gain a few extra. That'll probably come here later in the big 2-strike situations, but you like the tempo, you like the cadence so far, you like the location, most importantly.
Still dancing off second. And Curley, a long look at him, the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
Pretty straightforward right here. Getting a lot of feedback from Hyde if you're Curley, and he's having trouble. Do not want to speed up his bat. Anything off speed has to be down.
1-2 the count. The pitch. Misses. It's 2-2 to Hyde.
You want a little full exertion for you?
Whoop.
Love to see it.
The 2-2. Floated foul, third base side. Long run for Alford and for the left fielder Jackson. They can't get there. Hyde stays alive. Really outside of the ball that Clark hit, which was down in the zone. Really has tied up these Duke hitters and beaten them at the top of the zone.
Again, that elevated fastball at that velocity, just not a lot of time to react with the crispness of his off speed. You would say you want to see it a long time, but there's just not a lot of time to look.
Fans starting to ramp up their clapping again. This packed house here at Foley Field expected more than 3,600 tonight. The 2-2. Inside, and the count goes full to Hyde. Yeah, you're just not going to get him to swing the bat very much on pitches on the inside part of the plate.
Great job by Hyde. Working the count, as you talked about. 7th pitch of the AB coming up.
This next pitch will be the 20th of the inning for Curley. And he misses down and in, and Hyde draws a 2-out walk. Very good at bat for the cleanup man.
You kind of feel maybe a bit of overexertion there, trying to get the swing and miss from Brian Curley, to be expected here. Take a look at the mechanics there. Yeah, just kind of yank the front side. Yeah, it's a fun part about these 1-0 games, right? You know, both pitchers will probably see a little bit from Kyle Johnson. Which pitcher can harness the emotion and be able to lock in first?
Ben Rounds, the former first-team All-Ivy League performer, a transfer from Harvard, stands in. First pitch, he takes a breaking ball strike. It's 0-1. Brown's 5th all-time in Crimson history in doubles. He's gotten better and better as this year has gone on and as he's moved from the Ivy League to the ACC. The 0-1. Tried to hold up. He did on appeal. And the count 1-1. Jensen, we talked about it at the outset. This team does not chase very much. They are really making Brian Curley work in the first now.
I was just getting ready to say, like, those lefties getting a pretty good vantage point of how that ball's coming in and seeing it pretty good. There's not a lot of movement so far on that slider.
Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul on a play in the count 1-2. He's been able to get to 2 strikes, but
if you're Brian Curley, you got to learn something here now. Back-to-back lefties here who have fouled off. They've showed you they have not been able to catch up to the fastball. Just probably want to dial it back just a bit from the tempo and just be able to locate, follow through at the release point.
swing and a miss. Blows the heater by Rounds, and Curley gets out of the first. Duke threatens, but they fail to score. As we head to the bottom of the first, no score.
Well, that's what you got to do. Make sure you stay within the delivery and execute. Beautiful fastball. The freight train of Brian Curley is out of the station. Georgia coming to bat. We got a good one from Foley Field tonight.
No score as we go to the bottom of the first. The top home run hitting team of the nation, Georgia, comes to bat, and a big night yesterday for Daniel Jackson.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the ball that he hit over the right center fence, if you are a fan of watching the Masters at Augusta, that's about as good a fairway wood as you're going to see. What a night for him. Career high 6 RBI, and as part of the leader of that bottom of the lineup, there was plenty of action up and down for the Bulldogs offense.
He will be opposed by Kyle Johnson, making his first start in 2 weeks. He threw 75 pitches in a sim game last Saturday. And you see the numbers on the lefty, freshman All-American a year ago. Opened the year as Duke's Friday starter, but has struggled with his control this year.
That to me is the themes for me tonight. Yeah, high-octane stuff. It's going to be plus. You got to stay grounded. We just saw the emotion with Brian Curley. Kyle Johnson, your table is ready. Come on down.
Slade Alford will lead things off. One of the top 10 hitters in the SEC. The first pitch is a fastball away, 1-0. Alford transferred here from Mississippi State a year ago. Dynamic presence atop the lineup as he takes inside to the breaking ball. It's 2-0.
Second in the SEC, 145 total bases, one of the preeminent table setters in the Southeastern Conference, garnering first-team All-SEC honors as well.
He swings and lines one deep down the left field line, hooking in the corner and going foul. Every ball that goes in the air tonight, every ball that is hit down a line is going to elicit a huge roar from this crowd.
If this is your first time taking us in here for the Athens Regional, I mean, just be ready, because even the pop flies we've seen have traveled farther distances than even we could anticipate.
The 2-1. Swinging a roller to short. Wallace Clark gobbles it up and will throw out Alford, and that's how the bottom of the first starts. Georgia has been unbelievable at home this year. Their OPS significantly higher. In fact, 98 of their 138 home runs have come in this ballpark. But this is the difference between them against lefties and righties in this ballpark. An OPS about 200 points lower, about 40 fewer points of batting average. Just not quite the same as Trey Phelps takes a ball 1-0.
I think this will be the matchup for me tonight, is not only Trey Phelps in his spot here, but also Rylan Zaborowski and also with Colby Branch. You know, the right-handed hitters in the middle of this lineup, that would be the trouble spot for Kyle Johnson.
Phelps a very difficult hitter to beat in the strike zone as he takes a strike. It's 1-1. Hamstring issue impacted him early in the year. Draft-eligible sophomore, had a great finish to last season. He's played all four corners, the DH. He is a joy to watch as he takes a strike in the count 1-2. And as you can tell, probably by watching, I will use my old man lack of credibility to say that he is a bit swaggy, too. He's got
very much so.
The shirt open, the chains, and he swings and misses. Chases the high fastball from Johnson, 2 outs.
Now that was beautifully set up. You go cambio away, and then this is unfair. Here's 95 right in your kitchen. Thanks for coming.
2 outs. And that'll bring up Robbie Burnett. Burnett sidelined at the end of the season because of a hamstring issue. The transfer from UNC Asheville has been tremendous this year for Georgia, leading the team in home runs with 20. He is a dynamic presence. He can play the outfield. He's playing right field today. He's played second base. Takes just off the plate. It's 1-1.
Golden Spikes Award semifinalist, second team All-SEC outfield. I mean, the accolades go on and on throughout this Georgia lineup, but this is the engine right here.
Swing and a miss. Johnson gets him to wave at that one. It's 1-2.
You know what you like about it if you're a Duke fan is there is a calmness about the demeanor of Kyle Johnson right now. Very grounded, very compact.
The pitch fouled away down the left field line and out of play. A bit of a surprise that Johnson started tonight. Again, he was scheduled to be Duke's Friday starter this season, and once they got into ACC play, his struggles with control moved him to the bullpen. Swing and a miss. Blows a heater by Burnett and coolly walks off the mound after a 1-2-3 first. To the second, no score, Duke and Georgia.
Kyle Johnson, anything you can do, I can do better. Elevated heater, some free air conditioning on a Saturday night.
The NCAA Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continue tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Still filling in here at Foley Field for this Saturday night 1-0 game. This guy has all the answers. As the leadoff man, Tyler Albright, hits for Duke against Brian Curley. First pitch, swing and a miss. A breaking ball, it's 0-1. We mentioned before, Brian Curley, the transfer from Virginia Commonwealth. And the season opened, he was their key back-end reliever. About midway through the year, they moved him to the rotation. And he has really helped to stabilize things. Georgia has, Jensen, a huge collection of crazy good arms. I mean, they throw as hard as any team in the country. I think by average fastball velocity, they're virtually even with Tennessee and Arkansas as the top three. But his ability to know how to pitch has really helped stabilize Friday nights. And misses behind the head of Albright with a breaking ball. It's 1-2.
Interesting strategy with the quite deliberate nature of the leg kick there. Hold. Yee!
That was an oops, my bad. He is.
We used to joke that
really
those are really good 0-2 pitches. You can't get hurt there.
Swing and a miss. That was off speed and elevated. And the Albright to swing through it, his third strikeout. So Brian Curley is two different dudes, it sounds like. Off the field, Wes Johnson, the head coach at Georgia, said that he's the kind of person that you'd want to date your kid. He is that kind of guy, just down to earth, really good, easygoing guy. You wouldn't worry about it if your kid was dating Brian Curley. as Sam Harris bats. Takes high, ball one. On the field, he said he'll do some funky stuff. Yeah. And that's part of the joy of watching Brian Curley pitch, is that he is a really entertaining pitcher, in addition to being good.
Yes, the head bopping, the bouncing of the music, variations of the delivery already.
The 1-0, foul that, 1-1.
Talked about the velo. Welcome to the Wes Johnson Institute of Velocity here with their fine establishment. I mean, you had a chance to walk through the pitching lab and the weight room. Upwards of a $45 million renovation here, and you can understand why kids want to come here and learn from a former big league pitching coach too.
Flutters the glove as he gets the grip he wants. And the 1-1. This is away. It's 2-1. Curley is big into visualization. His dad is a really good golfer, apparently. I don't know what really good golfer means. I assume that means like
under par.
I would say 2-3 handicap's probably pretty good, right? Under par is I'm not playing with that guy. That's not really good golfer. Sam Harris, one hopper to short. Branch backs up and throws to first in time to get him. 2 outs.
Wow. Oh, I tell you, the presence of mind for Colby Branch to give himself enough time to set his feet. There's some savvy right here. Knows he's got to get released quick, but he's able to plant on that backside. Great job making an accurate throw across.
2 outs for Macon Winslow. No score at the top of the second. Winslow, the number 8 hitter, the sophomore catcher. They're back up a year ago. First pitch. Swing and miss. 0-1.
Starting to see him really get a pretty good feel of the breaking ball. That one right there at 87. Just the sharpness and the late action, man. You're trying to adjust to 95, 98. Good luck.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a drive up the alley in right center field. McCarthy won't get to it. It's a one hop against the wall. And Winslow is second opposite field double of this regional. Puts him in scoring position with 2 outs.
Well, what do you get with a veteran lineup? The ability to recognize and take advantage of mistakes. Good side look here. Winslow, look, let it travel a little bit. Drive it again. Whenever you see lineups gap to gap this early, good idea of the fastball, good idea of trying to not pull, to not give in, to over swinging. Really short, compact nature. Excellent approach here from Duke so far.
Winslow has had some big extra base hits for this team in the postseason, including a game-tying home run against Pitt in the quarters of the ACC tournament. And here's Jake Berger, the senior transfer from Harvard. He had an opposite field 2-run homer yesterday, and he swings and crushes one deep and foul towards the fun zone and right. 0-1. This is what happens when you wait back on it a little more.
Another one of those balls, man, that off the bat, you're like, eh. And then you're like, oh, wait, we're at Foley Field. That's a homer.
It's 22 home runs already in this regional, including 10 this afternoon. 0-1, a breaking ball strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Boy, he's starting to get a feel for that curveball, isn't he?
Well, both. Now you whether you cut it a little bit on the slider, if you want a true cutter, but then also to have a little depth, about 8 to 10 miles an hour off on the curve. Just more things for Duke hitters to have to consider.
The 0-2 takes low, and the count 1-2 now. And we welcome you to Foley Field in Athens, Georgia. Duke and Georgia in the 1-0 game. No score in the second inning, and Jake Berger, the number 9 hitter, fouling that 1-2 offering back from Brian Curley, the starter for Georgia. Jensen Lewis, Mike Farron with you. The winner goes to the regional finals. The loser will take on Oklahoma State tomorrow afternoon. And we have a high-powered offense on both sides and a high-octane pitching matchup we'll talk more about here. But as it is, Duke has a chance to dent the board first. Making Winslow at second with a 2-out double. The pitch, Berger down on strikes. 4 strikeouts already for Brian Curley through an inning and 2/3. We go to the bottom of the second. Duke and Georgia are scoreless. Foley Field is one of the most homer-friendly ballparks in the country. Here they talk about feeding the trees in the outfield. Yesterday, Georgia made sure that they didn't starve, Jensen. 5 home runs to the Bulldogs in their 20-4 win over Binghamton.
And it just was an onslaught from inning number 1. Trey Phelps, hanging breaking ball, got the scoring started. Daniel Jackson with, as I said, the homer to right center as a former pitcher is probably one you just hang your head. It was a great pitch. That just gives you an idea. You can't really give a hitter any opportunity to extend those hands.
Yeah, they have been feeding the trees. 22 home runs here so far. I'm concerned that the trees might be overfed at this point. Island Zaborowski swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. It's 1-1. Zaborowski is one of the big stars of the first half of SEC play for Georgia. The transfer from Miami of Ohio. He bounces it foul. It's 1-2. He was a leading candidate for SEC Player of the Year until an elbow injury sidelined him for a couple of weeks, but he has had a great year. Started his career at Grand Canyon, went to Yavapai Junior College. He takes upstairs the count 2-2 from Johnson.
This is definitely a get-off-the-bus team here at Georgia. A lot of physical presence offensively.
Zaborowski does not chase very much, and he swings and serves that one to right center field and deep, going back to the fence, and he fed the trees. One 0 Georgia on the 415-foot blast from Zaborowski.
Now you want to see what big man strength is like? How about the man they call Zabo? Zoom, zoom, that one, 101 off the bat. Plenty of distance, easily clearing the fence in right center. Bulldogs homer happy early in this one. They lead at 1-0.
Kept his hands back on that. It wasn't like he was synced up. You're right, that big man strength. And Zaborowski gives Georgia the lead. First base runner of the game is Colby Branch, takes a ball away. Baylor transfer. This is the healthiest Georgia's lineup has been in more than a month.
Yes.
Branch skies one to center. Gracia broke back. Now coming in, he's got a beat on it. And that's the first out. I mean, that ball went 415 feet, but and I know it was, over 100 miles an hour off the bat, but it didn't feel like he got all of it.
We've watched now a day and a half of seeing how some balls travel, at least from this vantage point, and it almost feels like some of these stronger hitters even getting jammed a little bit, even not on the sweet spot. Just the strength of some of these guys to drive it out has been impressive.
Christian Adams gets the start. Left-handed hitting infielder takes a ball high. It's 1-0. You can see that this is the difference between Georgia at home and on the road against lefties. And that one bounced foul. The count 1-1. Adams, a guy that really has success at the bottom of the zone against left-handed pitching. He is a transfer from Florida Atlantic. leading hitter for the Owls last year, and he pops it up. Shallow left, coming in, making the call, and the catch is Rounds, 2 outs.
Well, Kyle Johnson going to be tasked with, to bob and weave through some of these balls that get up into the jet stream and go a little bit. And we know both offenses. We joked at the beginning of this region, like, hey, 4 or 5 run lead, that's nothing. The way both these guys possess the elite stuff they do tonight, the margin could feel a bit more daunting if it gets there.
Daniel Jackson had a big day yesterday, a pair of 3-run home runs. Second team All-SoCon last year at Wofford. Outfielder and catcher, and he takes a ball that clinks away from Winslow. Boy, that looked like a pretty good pitch. It's 2-0.
Always that feeling out period early on the road as a starter. And you surrender that first one, crowd's into it. Opposing dugout is always looking for some body language, trying to read. We got a little crack in the armor here. Important for Kyle Johnson, remain composed. Got to score 1 to win anyway.
Lefty working very quickly in the pitch, and a strike. It's 3-1. He doesn't really mess around. It doesn't look like he has had any issue with the loud crowd, and they felt like he was built for this moment. Talking to the Duke coaches before the game, they were like, we think he's going to excel in this. The 3-1. Oh, he blew the heater by him. It's 3-2. That's probably why, Jensen.
Again, you have to have certain characteristics to pitch in big-time college baseball environments.
3-2, called strike 3. He locks up Jackson, and the inning is over. But Georgia gets the lead behind the man they called Zabo.
Well, Zabo, and goodbye baseball. Right center field, feed the trees a little bit more today. Bulldogs draw first blood, 1-0.
Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Rylan Zaborowski's solo home run has given Georgia the lead. As you see the signs out in right field in the fun zone. Big Zaborowski with a solo shot. And back to the top of the order for Duke to start the third. Wallace Clark led this game off with a double to right center. First pitch from Brian Curley is a breaking ball strike. It's 0-1.
All right, so you get to the top of the order here, second time around, and see if Brian Curley wants to go backwards most of the time, finish with the fastball, or if he stays kind of what was true to him first time around.
Here comes the 0-1. Ripped through the right side, diving stop at second. Adams throws it away. That's going to be an infield single, I think, but that was a tough play for the second baseman and having to hit Curley on the run. It is an infield base hit.
Boy, that Adams, the athleticism to get right here. This is outstanding. And now those are plays that you work on early in spring practice, PFPs in the fall. For moments like this, let's see if Duke can capitalize.
They have the leadoff man on for the second time in 3 innings. A.J. Gracia flying to left his first trip. Still looking for his first hit of this regional. Gracia was a freshman All-American, got off to a slow start this season for Duke, but had a torrid second half. And he takes a strike, gets 0-1. Mentioned earlier, a 16-game hitting streak snapped last night. His OPS in that streak was over 1,500 for a while, I think up until the last at bat. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. I'm watching him last week at the ACC tournament like he was barreling everything. Even the outs were out. There it is. 1,500 on the nose with 10 homers.
It's going to get it done.
There's got to be a next level up from streak when it's something like that.
Sizzle.
Clinic. Foul back.
It's on a 16-game sizzle. Well, I mean, just again, we talk about physicality with the Georgia Bulldog offense. Yeah, this right here, an imposing presence as any from the left side.
Clark gets a healthy lead at first. And the 1-2. Fastball down low. Snap throw behind the runner, and Clark back easily. Big secondary lead. Clark is looking a little frisky on the base pass for a guy with 5 bags, Jensen.
Well, I like it because, you know, with where Curley is from his delivery is a little more deliberate, so you almost kind of force it into his mind of maybe I got a slide step, maybe that affects the delivery a little bit, leaves the ball up in the zone for damage.
2-2. Breaking ball lined into right field. That's a base hit. Clark to second. He'll make the turn and head to third. And Duke has him at the corners with nobody out in the third.
Well, might have been just the distraction that had Brian Curley up in the zone.
And coming to the plate, Ben Miller, who did this in the third yesterday.
And that's again going out and getting a pitch on the outer part of the plate. And making a statement for your club on no better time than now. First and third, nobody out.
Duke needs to cash in this run. It feels like down 1-0. Georgia's got the pressure on them. The infield at double play depth, so they'll concede a run for 2 outs. Contact would get the game even. Miller struck out his first time against Curley. First pitch. Fastball outside. It's 1-0.
Well, if you're Brian Curley, you need to manage emotions right here. For our first line of demarcation in this game. Strike zone has been a bit more strict on the outside corner. A tough customer and a senior and Miller here at the plate.
The 1-0. Swinging a fly ball to deep center field. Going back is McCarthy. He looks up. It's over the batter's eye. 3-1 Duke on the 455-foot blast from Ben Miller.
Locked in. Ben Miller did not miss. Sat all over it, and this is bangarang. Bat flip and all. 3-run missile over the center field batter's eye. Welcome to the happy hunting ground, Blue Devils. 3-1. What a swing.
I mean, it's 404 to dead center. That batter's eye is more than 30 feet high, and he cleared it by a good 20 feet. And the first pitch misses to Jake Hines.
Yeah, I'd be loving it too. That's why you wear the hard hat. Celebrate hard, baby.
Their team motto is blue collar. Wes Johnson's going to come out to visit with Brian Curley here. And this hearty group of Duke fans very excited early on. That's the noise you're hearing. It's probably, what did you guess, less than 200 fans that are here, but they're making plenty of noise right now.
Yeah, the contingent, a small pocket over the Blue Devil dugout. I love what they see from their senior leader and Ben Miller. And you talk about quieting a crowd. My goodness.
I mean, we've seen some cheapies here. We've seen some tanks.
That's the biggest one.
455 over the batter's eye. Yowza. 1-0 to Hyde. He takes upstairs, 2-0. Wes Johnson out really quickly after that first pitch. What's the message like in that kind of situation?
You just got to take a deep breath, got to slow down. Again, it's a heightened atmosphere. You do not want to allow innings to get slippery. You speed up everything, that's when the wheels come off.
Swing and a miss by Hyde. It's 2-1. Duke answering back from the home run from Zaborowski with a 3-run shot from their star Ben Miller. A 2-1 ripped foul into the netting.
I'll tell you what, just a quick observation. If I'm Brian Curley, I need to start running some heaters in. These guys are pretty comfortable. I mean, you get a big time blast. Now, this is the old school part of me coming out. I want to come back in the kitchen and say, all right, you want to celebrate? You have to earn it.
They've had more trouble with the fastball above the belt. Down below, that's what Miller hit, was a pitch that was about thigh high. The 2-2. Well, he misses up and away, and the count is full.
So because of his mechanics, Mike, sometimes there's an inconsistent flow or tempo to it, and that can affect your release point. That can kind of affect where your delivery ends up. Falls off the left side of the mound, too. Just something to monitor.
They're not giving him anything, these Duke hitters, either. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. A foul tip, in and out of the glove of Hunter. I mean, Jensen, like his fastball velocity is plenty fine. The command has been a little bit shaky here now after the home run to Miller, but you talked about how selective this Duke team is, and right now they're just not going outside the strike zone very much.
Very comfortable in the box, no question.
3-2 again, foul back. All right, so if you're Curley with your stuff, and clearly it seems like, listen, he's had pretty good success against lefties this year. He came into today hitting $168 against it. So he can command the strike zone in there, and you would think that means that he can work the ball inside. With what you've seen so far, is it just fastballs move guys off the plate? Does it run a two-seamer back to the corner?
Yeah, you're just allowing too much plate coverage by not showing that you come inside on either side.
And a 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. Blows the heater by Hyde that time, and that's a first out.
And that, from a psyche standpoint, is massive for Brian Curley. Conversely here, I mean, if you're Chris Pollard, can't draw it up any better. Your senior leader gets you a big 3-run counterpunch. Your prized possession there on the mound, and Kyle Johnson looks like he's got, his wits about him.
See Chris Pollard there with his arm on the railing. He's led Duke to 3 super regionals since 2018, including a regional championship here in Athens that year. That pitch misses low. Winningest head coach in Duke history. They have had a ton of success under his watch. The one thing they haven't done is make the trip to Omaha. 1961, the last time Duke was there. The 1-0 to Ben Rounds. Chop foul, it's 1-1.
If there was any team that was going to be comfortable coming to this region, to this city, and this stadium, this is the group. Familiarity, already winning a regional here, knowing what it takes to subdue this crowd.
They have taken a lot of the starch out of tonight so far from these Georgia fans that were into it early. 1-1. Checks and takes a strike.
So we got a lot of backdoor breaking balls to the lefties here, Mike. Something to kind of monitor. If Curley stays in this game, you're going to get some Duke guys leaning out a little bit, just knowing that he has not really shown the propensity to want to come inside.
Already his 60th pitch of the night, and we're 1 out into the third. The delivery. Upstairs, it's 2-2.
Ballpark like this, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate, and for nothing else than aiding your eventual relief compadres who are going to have to come in and get critical leverage outs as well.
The 2-2. And the count goes full. Again, another Duke hitter running a deep count against Curley. He's only walked one. That was Hyde back in the first. They had a base open. But a lot of long at-bats here for the Duke hitters. 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. Finally gets around. Strikeout number 6, 2 outs. Wes Johnson in his second season as Georgia's head coach. Back-to-back top 8 seeds. They were 1 win from Omaha last year, losing a home super to NC State. They are looking to get back to the Men's College World Series for the first time since 2008. One of the really bright pitching minds at any level of baseball, Wes Johnson.
Just going to say, if you're an elite pitcher out there, about as good a mind as there is in the game right now.
First pitch to Tyler Albright. The right fielder takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. 3-1 Duke in the third.
And yet again, and we'll make sure that if Kyle Johnson's not getting it as well, the outside part of the plate to right-handers for Curley has not been a place where he has gotten a lot of calls.
1-0 to Albright. Takes low. It's 2-0. And falling behind a hitter this time, and Albright has power, 10 home runs. This will be the 26th pitch of the inning for Curley. The delivery. Checks and takes a strike. It's 2-1.
Now if you're Wes Johnson, you got to be careful about getting to the 30s in this inning. It's still early. We know the offense is capable as any, but something to factor in here with another long frame.
2-1. 2-2. Gotten himself back in the count. Now the question is, can Curley put him away? Duke took the lead on the 3-run homer to dead center from Ben Miller. Curley trying to keep it. The 3-1 deficit. The 2-2. Called strike 3. After the homer, Curley strikes out the side, but Duke gets the lead with this mammoth blast.
Wow. If you want some mustache power, put a little more grease on it. That one well into the early dusk. Duke with the first counterpunch. They lead it 3-1.
Duke as we go to the bottom of the third. We're joined now by Duke Blue Devils head coach Chris Pollard. And Coach, I know the Miller home run is a big moment, but the at-bats have been very good. What have you noticed in terms of your guys not chasing?
Yeah, no, you hit it right on the head. I think our plate discipline has been really good. We haven't expanded. Even on our outs, we're forcing him to have to really work. He's up over 60 pitches through 3 innings. I don't think he's gone past 80 pitches much in a start this year. So we're doing exactly what we've been really good at doing all year. And our guys are locked in right now. Even some of our outs have been really good at bats.
Yeah, Coach, and Kyle Johnson, not only the stuff we do could be elite, but more so managing the emotion and being able to meet the moment. What have you seen out of him so far?
Yeah, no doubt. He's done a good job of managing his heart rate. He's a high adrenaline pitcher. Pitches with a lot of emotion, but he's been really poised right now. He's using his off-speed in the zone, and he's got guys off balance. Zaborowski, got out on his front foot on that changeup, but he's just strong enough to still hit that ball out of the yard. But all in all, Kyle's throwing the ball really well.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Best
Thanks,
of luck
guys.
tonight.
You bet.
Pollard, the head coach of the Duke Blue Devils. Kyle Johnson, we talked about it at the outset, Jensen, as McCarthy gets hit by a pitch. And the leadoff man aboard for Georgia in the third.
Well, he wanted his dugout to make a note of that. And, boy, you get a 3-run bomb. The last thing you want to do, put the first man on into the fashion that you just did right there. No better way to wake up an opposing dugout than hitting the man behind the plate.
Henry Hutter will bat, and McCarthy is a threat to run. Georgia base stealers. They don't have many in the lineup, and 8 of 10 had stolen bases. Kyle Johnson opened the year as Duke's Friday starter. He'd finished last season as that. He was a freshman All-American as a two-way player. He was their DH as well. As Hutter squares the button, takes a ball, 1-0. But he really struggled with his control. His stuff was down early in the season. And he struggled at the plate, too, and lost a lot of playing time. And it took a couple of months of work for him to get back to the point where they were comfortable using him in weekend roles, let alone starting in the 1-0 game in a regional. And in talking to Brady Kirkpatrick, their pitching coach, a lot of it had to do with video work. He's a visual learner, is Johnson. And so they went back and watched video from him in summer ball last year and then got him to try and replicate that in side sessions and bullpen sessions. And the more he did it, the more confidence he got. And I'm just kind of curious, your take as somebody who's been through that, who's used video before to try and alter your mechanics. How do you go about that? Because you're trying to match something that you can't necessarily feel.
You just want to identify, first and foremost, to the player, buy into here's what's ailing you. And for a pitcher, we're used to feeling everything. You said it perfectly. Sometimes you got to close your eyes and be like, okay, am I really doing that? Am I really feeling that? And then the video reinforcement, you get that initial buy-in.
Cutter to right, and there is Albright to make the catch. 1 out.
Just allows, that staff now to say, okay, here's the plan. Think of those big Lego blocks when we were kids, one by one.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple, but again, from that visual side, it was like, we want to rebuild this or we want to tweak this just simply. When you try and add too much in there, then it just completely goes awry and you're trying to do too much at once.
One of the things that they talked about was the confidence as it built, and it was, it would be a couple of pitches and then a couple pitches more, and they started using them in midweeks. And just ahead of the Clemson series in mid-May, he threw 2 scoreless innings against Queens College in a midweek, as that's a tamper foul off Alford's foot. And that's when they felt like the confidence was back. Now, the results since then have been a little shaky. I think it's 7 walks over the 2 previous outings. And that's been something that he's dealt with in his relatively short collegiate career, is command issues. But they really feel like he turned a corner, and they were excited to get him on the mound tonight because they feel like he's built for this.
Why wouldn't you with the stuff that he possesses? I mean, that is stuff to neutralize big-time college baseball lineups. You have to be able to generate swing and miss, especially in a ballpark like this one. With the amount of times that Georgia puts the ball in the air, you want to limit the amount of balls in play.
Alford with a mighty rip, fouls it back. It's 0-2. Boy, that was a pitch to hit, it looked like.
Big shutdown inning for Kyle Johnson. Big one.
Slade Alford with 17 home runs. Tied for second on the team. The All-SEC third baseman waits, and the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center. Gracia going back a couple of steps. Still drifting back, makes the catch shy of the track. Tagging from first is McCarthy, and he'll go back as the throw is on the money. That'll bring up Trey Phelps. And this is what he did yesterday. Not once, but twice.
Hanging breaking ball early, and Alenia feeding the trees. Number 2 on the day. We thought that the old TP netless might hinder the aerodynamics, but it just added to the juice on the 2 bombs yesterday.
I mean, no chance with this guy. He plays with so much energy, and these two know each other well. Both of them were perfect game All-Americans in high school. They played a lot together on the travel ball circuit. I am sure this is a matchup that they were both looking forward to. They know each other.
Probably some text back and forth, no question.
First pitch to Phelps, way outside, 1-0. Phelps a strikeout victim his first trip. Johnson's pitch count manageable. This next one will be his 40th of the night. 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. And now this is a pretty big pitch here with the tying run at the plate.
Now, again, you still be mindful. You have 2 down. Do not need to give in here. Make a smart and savvy pitch. If you're going down and away, make sure it is not middle away.
Foul back. Ooh, he got one to hit, and he was just a little tardy.
That's why. Yeah, again, in these counts too, Mikey, you can sometimes try and place it instead of throwing it, and that changeup was definitely placed. Johnson dodging a bullet right there.
2-1 the count to Phelps. The pitch. Called strike of the fastball in the inner third. It's 2-2.
I got to tell you, hat tip to Winslow on the sequence there. That is pitching 101. Guy makes a mistake outside, come back in on the inside. No way Phelps is looking for the heater there.
2-2 the count. A toss over to first. And McCarthy back.
So what does that do for you, Mike, now in a 2-2 count? We usually say, okay, you're throwing 2-2, throwing a 3-2, but now you get the opportunity to throw your best pitch anywhere you want.
He has a very good changeup, and he will use it a lot to righties. The 2-2. Trying to hold up. He did on appeal, says Tim Portal at first, and the count is full. Ooh, that was a good back foot slider, and Phelps just able to hold off.
All right, you be the judge. Yep. He held it.
Yep.
I love it.
He knew it.
I love the game within the game here, though.
Runner will be on the move from first with 2 outs. Tying run at the plate, bottom of the third. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball, right center field. Going back on it is Albright. The center fielder, Gracia, will make the catch shy of the warning track. And Johnson pitches around the leadoff hit by pitch. We've played 3. Duke leads Georgia 3-1 in this 1-0 game.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Where are all the animals, Dad?
Don't know, kiddo. Just not our day.
It's a rare thing when someone you've been with for so long finds a way to surprise you. It's like discovering E-Trade's easy-to-use platform now comes with expert insights from Morgan Stanley to help you navigate the markets.
Mom can speak walrus?
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. No, I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I could say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. And I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio. Rated PG, June 20th.
Let's go! The Rob Dwalishvili, The Sugar Show! Juliana Pena!
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison!
I will be champion.
Can you believe it? I'ma let you know right now. Can you believe it? I'ma let you know right now. Come on, yeah. Can you believe it?
13 days till Omaha. And here's some of the stories today on day 2 of the regionals. Oregon, the first national seed eliminated as Cal Poly comes back to beat them at home. The Ducks go 2-Q. Wright State, its first tournament win in nearly a decade as they beat East Tennessee State. And Southern Miss rallies from a 5-3 deficit to stay alive in the Hattiesburg regional, where they will play the loser of the 3-4 seeds in the 1-0 game tonight, Miami and the Columbia Lions from the Ivy League. Sam Harris takes the ball inside 1-0.
We officially have chaos now?
I think last night, with 4 number 1 seeds having to come through the losers bracket, and especially now with Oregon out, yes, I would say that is the case.
Wow, and again, bears repeating, my alma mater. The Vandy boy is escaping against Wright State as well.
1-0 to Harris. The DH takes down and in. It's 2-0. 3-1 Duke here in the 4th. The number 2 seed with the lead. What's at stake tonight is a spot in the regional finals tomorrow. If you win this game, it means you need to split 2 games on Sunday and Monday in order to make it to the Super Regionals. Harris to center. McCarthy fighting the sun, now backing up. Looks like he's located and will make the catch. Ooh, that was a little nerve-wracking for a moment, but out number 1.
You know, and it might just be because we've had a little bit of swirling wind. I mean, remember, we've had at the end of our first game today. Just a change in the wind right when a ball went up in the air to left field. Left field has really been the trouble spot, and that's been since game one yesterday of day one. It's just crazy how the ball and the flight dynamics are here at Foley Field.
Yeah, we had rain yesterday, so it was overcast and hazy, and our night game started very late. We were about a 3.5-hour delay for the first game yesterday. The second game started at nearly 8 o'clock Eastern, so we didn't really see the field with these conditions.
Now, this is a Chamber of Commerce night for sure.
Oh. And a packed house here at Foley Field for this one. Making Winslow doubled his first trip, the 1-0 on its way. Breaking ball strike, it's 1-1. We talked a little bit earlier about Curley's command, and listen, some of this has to do with the Duke hitters, right? They're doing a very good job of laying out pitches outside the strike zone. I'm not say that his delivery is complicated. It's plenty athletic, but there is a lot of hesitations and dipsy-doos, swing and a miss.
And just the different timings, right?
Yeah.
We're used to seeing the traditional pitching wind-up of, you get the leg lift and you go. There's not a lot of variation in that at the lift and the balance point. And Brian Curley going to give you all kinds of throwback differentiation before he releases the ball.
1-2. Foul back. It feels like, I know you comped Louis T out earlier, and I've heard that one with him too. But it does feel like the hesitation in his delivery is a little bit more like pitchers we have seen come from NPB, from Japan, who have pitched. In that hesitation, they can kind of vary that leg hold. You have to be super athletic and strong to be able to do that, but it's got to be a great way to mess with timing. 1-2. Outside, 2-2.
And you think about when Yoshi Yamamoto came over, we kind of saw it would amount to just sort of a slide step delivery, able to generate the RPM he does and the spin rate. Takes an athlete, no question about it.
Spoken like a true pitcher.
Amen.
The 2-2. Winslow bounces a foul. Hey, nice play in the dugout.
You know why they put us closest to the plate, right? In the infield?
Because we
are the best athletes.
That's not what I was going to go with.
That's what I'm told.
Was it another pitcher that said that to you?
No, I guess it's the general consensus.
Ah, yes, the consensus. Let's check with the majority.
Depending on what precinct you're checking for the votes coming in.
2-2. And the count goes full to Winslow. Another long at bat for a Duke hitter. 77 pitches now for Curley, and this the 8th pitch of the at bat to the number 8 hitter. (3-1) Duke in the 4th. The payoff. Ground ball base hit into left field. Winslow is 2 for 2.
This has been an outstanding offensive approach since Clark and his first at bat. I mean, they have been zeroed in on how they want to attack. They want to see a lot of pitches. They are looking for one pitch, one spot, and they are not deviating from it. Incredible discipline from the Blue Devil offense so far.
Starting to get a little nervous energy in this crowd from the Georgia fans. A few scowls. Wes Johnson has not gotten the bullpen loose as of yet as the number 9 hitter Berger hits here. Duke's had at least one base runner in every inning so far. Berger 0 for 1, struck out swinging, and he lines one to short, caught by Branch. Throw back to first. They got him! Heads up double play by Colby Branch gets Curley out of the inning. Duke may want to take a look at this.
Well, he had the right reaction. Does he get the hand in before? Wow.
That's close. It felt like in real time they got the call right at first. Tim Portal, the umpire. Take another look, Jensen. Tell me what you think.
Well, that's great reaction by Branch, knowing that the runner had strayed too far, and Winslow take a look here with us. Oh,
Boy, that's close.
Is it in the webbing? Before that hand connects. Does he sneak it? They may have an argument.
We're going to get a look. This, we think, is our best look. The umpires taking a look at this review.
I think Duke's got an argument.
It is tough to overturn that, I feel like, though. It was a really heads-up play by Branch.
Yes.
He recognized right away that Winslow was just a step or two too far off the bag and fired a strike. And now we wait to hear what the umpires say on the review.
Well, if the call ends up standing here, Mike, I mean, you talk about getting bailed out in a big way.
This is our first review of this regional, too. Can you believe that?
All right. You see connection with the bag and the hand. It looks like there's connection before that ball hits the webbing.
Boy.
Man, that is very tight.
What's your vote?
I'll stick with my first response. I think he's safe.
I'm going to go with Paul Stans.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Do we have a time? Should we go to up in right field and see what they think?
They think out by a mile in right field.
Hey, and they saw it plain as day from there.
Yeah, they had a great look at it. Eagle-eyed. There you see the crowd that's packed in tonight.
All right, get a little zoom in look. So the finger's touching right there.
It looks like it might. If we go one more frame, boy, it's close. I don't think this is going to take the same 7 minutes that the review in the Oregon game did last night, but it might be close.
No, we certainly hope not. Speaking of, how about that upset today?
Oregon going 2-2. I didn't have that in regional bingo. It's just so disappointing for that team that had been to Supers the last 2 years. A really talented squad. That heartbreaking loss last night, that call going against them. Utah Valley getting in the winner's bracket. It's our best look. Boy, that's close. Almost from that angle. From that angle, man, it seems like you got the fingers there. They are really taking their time.
That's a huge call because
Yeah.
if you keep this inning alive, we know arguably the best strength of the Duke offense has been their two-out offense.
Also slowing down this game a little bit with this review, and that Kyle Johnson's now sitting for a little bit longer. It's not been an extreme amount of time, but listen, if this call is overturned, Brian Curley's back to the mound at 79 pitches, right? And he's going to toss a few here. This is taking a long time now. All right, now we finally have our decision. The umpires are taking off their headsets. And we're about to get the call. 4.5 minutes on this review.
After a review, the call on the field, the runner is out. Duke has charged one challenge. They have one remaining.
So the call stands, and the inning is over. A big double play to get Brian Curley out of the fourth. We'll talk to Wes Johnson coming up next. It's 3-1 Duke.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Pedro's parents planned for adventure, but they didn't plan for him to make a new best friend. You were made to get more than you bargained for. We were made to help you save on packages. Expedia, made to travel.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. No, I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
Elio?
Elio.
You are more puny than I expected.
I could say the same about you.
For the fourth, we're joined now by Georgia head coach Wes Johnson. And Wes, a lot of pitches for Brian Curley so far. What's the adjustment he needs to make?
Yeah, he's missing a little bit with his off speed, in the areas we want to, and it's putting him behind in some counts. And hey, tip your hat. I mean, Duke's fouling off some pitches when we do get into those, 2-strike counts, and hey, they're working and they're battling. We've just got to do a better job of getting ahead early.
Yeah, Wes, Zabo's homer, man, some grown man strength going to the opposite field. What other adjustments does your offense need to make?
Yeah, guys, we got to, as the old adage says, we got to swing at strikes, we got to lay off the balls. And then when we do get the pitch in the zone, we have to get off our A swing. I thought we got close last inning, but yeah, we were still just a tick late, right? I mean, you guys know, you're seeing where those pitches are too, but we got to get a little more on time, but we got to get the barrel out.
Wes, we appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
All right, thanks, and go Dogs.
Great Wes Johnson, head coach at Georgia, and Robbie Burnett ahead in the count 2-0. Kyle Johnson has navigated not a ton of base runners, but just 2 first pitch strikes through 12 hitters so far. Burnett to left, racing over rounds in foul ground, makes the catch. He had a long way to go for out number 1. One out for Rylan Zaborowski, and this is what he did in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he certainly was out on the front foot, but you see the physicality and how he can just use those big arms to be able to drive it with authority. Man, some serious strength in the middle of this Georgia lineup.
First home run since April 12th. He had been hurt for a good chunk of that time. As he takes a strike, it's 0-1. But you saw he got off to a very fast start this year and then slowed down. Now it's 17 home runs. The 0-1 upstairs. It's 1-1. The big Zabowski.
Appropriate college poster there.
2-1 the count.
For Georgia, and I'll echo what Wes Johnson said. You think about the discipline of the Duke lineup. I think Kyle Johnson's actually taken advantage of maybe some over-aggressive nature in spots where maybe Georgia could have just dialed it back a little bit, tried to use the opposite field.
And a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the heater by him. 2 outs. Just let me ask you, when you're in a position where Johnson is, he is not controlling the early part of the counts. But what is your mindset to get back into it like he has?
Just go ahead and do this. I mean, the down angle on that fastball, and really to be fair, Mikey, and your question is excellent. You're making life harder, starting behind in the count. And we preach it all the time. It's like best pitch you can ever throw is strike 1, but you can see the electricity of the fastball, the ride, the action. And I'll tell you what else he's done. This is what I tried to illuminate before with Brian Curley, Mikey, is when you establish the inside part where you at least show that you're coming inside, you force the hitter to have to cover both sides, and that's nearly impossible to do.
Grounder into the shift, and Berger will throw him out. A 10-pitch inning for Johnson. We head to the 5th. It's 3-1 Duke, winner to the regional finals. Got an inside code for you here. Take out your phone. We'll use that QR code, and you can check out Squeeze Play. ESPN's your home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals. The best place to watch all of the action is on Squeeze Play. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage. Matt Schick, Chris Budden, Chris Burke, and Mike Rooney take you around to all of the regionals. It really is the best way to watch all of the action. I guarantee you there's some folks watching the Squeeze Play. Maybe not him. He's
watching us.
He's watching Squeeze Play on his phone. And
Yeah.
He's watching us.
Yeah. We did take in some Squeeze Play in between games.
We watched a lot of
really good stuff.
Did you see Mike Rooney's socks, Jensen?
I did not. Would like to put in a request. Kick the feet up there, Runes. Let's see what you got.
Runes is wearing Yoo-Hoo socks, like the delicious chocolate drink. I've never seen anybody choke without drinking something. That's the first spit take I've ever seen somebody do, Jensen, without any liquid.
The only thing I could think of was
Wallace Clark to deep right field. Burnett back, looks up, it's off the scoreboard. Wallace Clark with a solo home run to start the Duke fourth. It is 7-1.
I'll tell you what, you're talking about Runes having his chocolate milk. I was about to drop the Ovaltine. Make sure you drink it because Mr. Clark and the Duke Blue Devils are drinking the power. Look at this. Another majestic shot. He knew it. 4-1, Blue Devils.
This becomes a pretty critical inning for Brian Curley here in the fifth because this is the third time he's going through the heart of their order. And the pitch count climbing for the right-hander. Breaking ball strike to A.J. Gracia. This is the part of the order that has done the most damage. Clark now 3 hits tonight. A double, a single, a homer. Gracia's single was right before Ben Miller's smash over the batter's eye in center field. Gave Duke the lead. Up and in. Finally, he comes inside. I don't know if that was intentional to come in like that. And certainly, I don't think he was trying to get up around his chin. But you talked about needing to control that part of the strike zone.
Yeah, just 92 on the heater there. So I wonder if it was a bit of a mistake. Missed his spot.
Here's the 1-1. Skied into left center. McCarthy will give ground to the left fielder Jackson, who makes a catch. Both outfielders seem to have trouble reading that one. One out for Ben Miller, and this is what he did in the third.
Man, you want to talk about catching the ball at the right spot. When your center fielder turns at home and is looking that way. All the emotions. Big time blast. Huge haymaker from the Blue Devils and Ben Miller.
We talked to Ben Miller last night after his home run in Duke's win over Oklahoma State. And he is a Durham kid and knows exactly what this would mean to family and friends to get Duke to Omaha. They have been close of late. 18, 19, 23, they've been to Super Regionals. They were a win away in 23 after taking the opener in Charlottesville before losing the final two to their conference rivals. Upstairs, it's 2-0. The drought is longer than Georgia's, but it feels like they're in similar positions. Now, Georgia really has seen this resurgence over the last 2 years with Wes Johnson in charge. But Johnson, as a team that feels like is going to break through at some point, so does Chris Pollard. It's just that Pollard has been there 6 times as long as Johnson's been at Georgia. The strike, it's 2-1.
Again, we talked with Chris Pollard coming in before this regional started. There was a sense of not only focus, but I think a quiet confidence. Like, we know we're pretty good. And we think we can do this. And we're not intimidated.
Miller pops it up. Hunter, a late read on it, and he's going to run out of room as that finds the first row.
But again, we talked about they know they've won here before. They have familiarity, and there's something to be said for that too. When you know what it takes to win here, you know what you got to do from a pitching standpoint. And now, and I know you've seen them a lot this year, is it the most complete Duke team? I'll tell you, from the way they're playing, the recent form, it just might be.
He's been very calm this season, which is interesting. I felt like last year's team was the one that was going to break through. And even Coach Pollard said that their trip to Norman was not a great fit for them. It's a little bit bigger ballpark. This plays similar here to what their home ballpark, Coombs in Durham, does, in that it is a much more hitters-friendly environment. But this was not a great start to the season for Duke. Miller checks and holds up. Wes Johnson not happy.
Wow. Wes does not like it. That's an OMG.
And now the first base umpire, Tim Portal, telling the Georgia dugout to knock it off. Hand to the throat going, no more. The intensity starting to ratchet up. Chris Pollard was screaming at home plate umpire Mike Lusky, and now this, 3-2 the count to Miller. The payoff from Curley. So we get a drive up the alley in left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. McCarthy cuts it off, and Miller will hold with a long single. Nice job by McCarthy to get to that one.
Well, I know that Georgia faithful's not going to like it, but yeah, that looked like a check swing. I know Wes Johnson's not going to like it, but again, here's your full swing, and these are the good ones that Ben Miller's had. Very similar pitch and location to the homer that he hit yesterday. Talk about a guy that's seen the ball about as well as anyone in this regional. That's that man right there.
Wes Johnson is making the move to the mound. I wonder how much of this, that quick trot, is to have a conversation with his pitcher, and how much of it might be to have a conversation with the umpires. He is going to make a pitching change, though. There's Pollard coming out of the dugout to talk with home plate umpire Mike Lusky. And Brian Curley is done after 4 1/3. Duke leads Georgia 4-1, winner to the regional finals. Unhappy with umpiring? Better call Paul. He is the voice of the SEC, and every afternoon from 3 to 7 Eastern, 2 to 6 Central, you can be entertained by his knowledge. Paul Feinbaum takes and his callers. It's the Paul Feinbaum Show weekdays right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Brian Curley's day is done, 4 1/3 innings. So the lead starter for Georgia, 8 hits allowed. Leaves with a man on base and a 3-run deficit as Colton Smith takes over.
6'3", 209, right-hander, about 92, 94, fastball, slider, cutter, and curve. some early season health issues, but all good now. Save at number 13, Florida, win against then number 1 Arkansas. And he will be tasked with really subduing not only the Duke offense, but searching for a momentum change here if you're Georgia.
Now, here's the thing about Georgia's bullpen. They have a lot of quality arms, but they have not had consistent quality results. And it is a little bit like Pandora's box in that when they open it up, they're not quite sure what they're going to get. Some days, it's pure domination. I mean, they throw as hard as any group in the country. Other times, as you can see from the numbers with Smith, it has been trouble. The big strikeout numbers as he faces Jake Hyde and starts him with a strike. It's 0-1.
You can feel right now we're about halfway home. There is some angst here, and there is a little nervous energy in the Georgia faithful.
The 0-1 fouled away. It's 0-2. I wouldn't go so far as to see that it's confidence in the throng of Duke fans either. It's 4-1 lead, but we know how quickly it can change in this ballpark.
That for me, you get a game, all right, an inning-ending double play here. You get back to the bat rack, 6, 7, 8 coming up for the Dogs next inning.
The 0-2 upstairs, and it's 1-2 to Hyde.
I mean, a decently tight strike zone tonight, east and west, maybe a tick north and south. I think pretty fair to both sides.
I haven't really seen a whole lot of issue with it. And the 1-2. Ooh, that just missed. Tried to backdoor him in the count 2-2. Another deep count from the Duke hitter. What's the one Hale State fan doing in the middle for the receiver?
Doing advanced scouting for Brian O'Connor.
Wrong regional. 2-2. In the air to left and moving towards the line to make the catch. He is the left fielder Jackson. 2 outs. Back to first is Miller.
Well, about as good a start as you could have hoped if you're a Duke fan. And now you're going to get, kind of the animal in the corner with the Bulldog offense. They're going to sense they know they got to get going here. So if you're Kyle Johnson, whatever this advantage is when you come back out to the mound, it has got to be strike one. It's been the one part tonight that he has yet to really get an uptick in.
First pitch to Rounds, breaking ball low. It's 1-0.
That to me is the most important part as a pitcher. Your offense scores, you got to hang a 0, especially on the road.
Rounds a pair of strikeouts tonight, but some deep counts in both of those at bats. Takes low again. It's 2-0. Rounds a Harvard transfer. One of 2 Harvard transfers in this starting lineup for Duke. The 2-0. Takes a strike. It's 2-1.
How about getting recruited first by Pitt in high school, and then Army, Navy, Harvard, and Duke? Be all you can be. Ben Rounds.
Pretty good academic institutions. He ends up at Duke after being a first-team All-Ivy League selection a year ago. It's really stabilized left field for this Duke team. Both of these teams have relied heavily on the transfer portal. A lot of grad transfers for Duke. A 2-1. And that one driven up the alley in right center field. That's trouble, and it will go one hopping into the trees. A big break for Georgia. Miller would have scored easily if that had stayed in play. Rounds his first hit of the night, a 2-out double.
5th extra base hit of the night for Duke. And I know we've said it many times tonight, but it bears repeating. Take a look at the mechanics of the swing here. Foot down, real quiet, short swing through. Mikey, that's the worst feeling as a pitcher, is knowing you're going up against an offense that is really able to get the bat to the ball with ease. There's not a lot of holes to try and find up and down. And here we are yet again, a position where Duke has excelled so much this year, the two-out offense.
But you kind of feel like that was a break for Georgia, and now Albright swings and misses. It's 0-1. The question is now, can Smith get out of this without any further damage? Base hit here would mean a couple of runs. Albright behind 0-2.
Don't mess around. Colton Smith, stick with the aggressive nature here.
He gets a ton of chase on his slider. Does he go to it here? The pitch. Swing and a miss. A huge strikeout of Albright, and Duke leaves a pair in scoring position. But they tack on to the lead thanks to their leadoff man, Wallace Clark. The man's been to Omaha. He's had a big night. A solo homer off the scoreboard in right center field. Halfway home, it's 4-1 Duke.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Ooh, look at those pork chops. With Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning? Yes, please. Ranch seasoned, savory, and sizzling. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I could say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. And I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG, June 20th.
The UFC's return to Newark, New Jersey. I can't wait. The Rob Dwalishvili.
He's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters on the planet.
The Sugar Show, live and in color.
This guy can fight.
Juliana Pena.
She's the best bantamweight in the world.
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison, ladies and gentlemen.
I will be UFC champion.
Everybody say, I'm like,
Bottom of the fifth inning, Duke leading Georgia 4-1. Winner goes to the regional finals. A big blow in this one. Ben Miller's three-run homer, and we should say it was a big blow, a three-run shot over the batter's eye in center field. A big night for Wallace Clark as well. Kyle Johnson has allowed just one hit, despite the fact he continues to miss on the first pitch of at-bats. Just 4 first-pitch strikes. And he's now, 15 hitters into this game? And he falls behind 2-0 to Christian Adams.
That's no. If you were to show me that and hide the score, I'd say it's Georgia by a healthy amount.
2-0, 3-0. He still hasn't walked a hitter tonight. Although he's in jeopardy of doing it to Adams, the leadoff man here in the fifth.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if I'm Adams, knowing the score, I'm taking 2. Show me you can throw 3 strikes before another ball.
3-0. 3-1. I think it's a good point, too. At the very least, if you're Georgia, you want to get through the 9-spot in the order here, right? Like, you want to try and clear that. Get that top of the order up. 3-2. Johnson's fastball velocity is starting to go a little bit backwards now.
Yep.
The 3-2 pitch. On one hop into the shift. That's Ben Miller, the third baseman from shallow right center for out number 1. And again, Johnson comes back in the count and gets an out.
Well, he has been tap dancing around potential danger, falling behind in the count with regularity, and again, hard hit ball, but perfectly positioned with a shift over. Big first out of the inning.
Daniel Jackson hits. He struck out looking in the second. Just one hit, a solo home run to start the second. by Rylan Zaborowski. There's only one other base runner, a hit batter, Nolan McCarthy, to start the third. And there's a strike to Jackson. It's 0-1.
Yep, 4 unanswered here from Duke. And moves and counter moves going to start to be a theme here from both head coaches.
Upstairs, it's 1-1.
You got to wonder, and with the bullpen resources available to Chris Pollard, I don't think the leash goes too long here, knowing you've got a 3-run lead.
75 to 100 pitches expected from Johnson. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. And one of the things both of these coaches understand is leverage. They are two of the better managers of pitching staffs in college baseball. And with that, Mark Hindi beginning to get loose. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2.
See, for me, if I'm down in the Blue Devil dugout, I want Hindi moving now. I want him ready as soon as 75 pitches hits. I want him ready to come in the game.
I want him ready for that first batter the third time through to face Alford if I need to. 2-2 the count. A long hold this time by Johnson. Ooh, this is smooth. The pitch. Foul back. I love the gamesmanship with the clock. Make him wait. Georgia really does a great job of using the clock to their advantage. We have seen that they know that 20 seconds is a long time. And Kyle Johnson has been working very quickly for the most part. The pitch fouled away. So that pitch was delivered with what? 14 seconds to go on the clock.
Yep.
The pitch before was delivered with 6. Anything to upset timing.
He's going to do it again here.
2-2 the count to Daniel Jackson. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Big breaking ball that time, 2 outs.
You can try and delay the inevitable because that's kind of what it's been tonight. Kyle Johnson is showing you what it means to rise to the occasion. First pitch strikes, 3-ball counts, no walks. No way that's possible with those numbers.
Only 3-3-ball counts even though, as McCarthy fouls it back 0-1. McCarthy was the last batter to reach safely. He was hit by a pitch to start the third. The transfer from Kentucky who played in Omaha last year. Had a big 2-run homer in their win over NC State. The Wildcats, that one to the screen. 1-1. A little laugh there.
Yeah, this is, hey, when you got a lead halfway home, he can sense it. He knows.
1-1. He misses high. It's 2-1.
I saw on his glove there, he's got dog on it. The kids these days, and got that dog in him, man. If there is anyone who has shown the ferocity tonight to just come and attack, Kyle Johnson has met the moment.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. A big breaking ball that time. It's 2-2.
Full menu available here. Let's see if he can finish off what has been a stellar start.
The pitch. Inside, and the count is full to McCarthy. 2 outs, nobody on. Last of the 5th. Georgia trailing 4-1. Excuse me. That was in.
Yeah, he thought he had it too.
Payoff. Called strike 3. Maybe he does have that dog in him.
He does. How about the emotion and letting it eat there, big dog? That is a perfectly placed 3-2 heater. Punching tickets, enjoying the show. Kyle Johnson halfway home for the Devils, up 4-1.
We see plenty of summer days in triple digits, and we knew that the Trex material was going to be a little cooler, but was shocked how much cooler it is.
Trex, the #1 performance-engineered decking and railing brand for your life outdoors.
When your family feels protected under our roof, they're free to dream. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
this is the bathroom. We are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
Let's go! The Rob Dwalashvili, the Sugar Show, Juliana Pena.
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison.
I will be champion.
NCAA Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit ncaa.com. Home for all 90 NCAA championships. Today we send home 16 teams from the road to Omaha. They'll hit the off-ramp. Tomorrow we will start crowning regional champions, those teams that will head on to Supers. Winner of this game will be into the regional final, and Duke leads 4-1. Ben Harris takes a ball inside, 1-0. This Duke team played better and better throughout the ACC season, and yet they were never really at the top of the conference. They did win 17 games in league. They didn't play a super soft schedule. But they never quite got the attention that you would think, and I think part of that, Jensen, was because they got off to a slow start, right? They really struggled against Cincinnati on the opening weekend. They went to Stanford and got swept. And Chris Pollard told us that he kept waiting for his teams. His captains came to him and he said, "Hey, we keep waiting for you to have that Augie Garrido moment," right?
Yeah.
They've seen the video of the
Yes.
late Augie Garrido lighting up his team. As Harris swings and misses, it's 2-1, and he said, "I don't feel like we need to. I think we're playing pretty well. We're just not getting results." And that was right before the Virginia series. They went and swept Virginia for the first time in school history in Charlottesville. And since then, they played very, very well. This is a dangerous team, and I think a lot of the focus was on them as a 2 seed because they have so many good left-handed pitchers. But the quality of the at-bats is really what stood out through 2 games here.
You know, you and I do a lot of Major League Baseball coverage, and what do you find with the teams that make it to their respective league championship series and ultimately the World Series? Offenses that don't strike out or strike out at a very low rate. They draw their walks, they move the line, and they have deep pitching staffs. Now, I guarantee you, you go into that Duke locker room and say, "Hey, fellas, would you rather
Harris draws a leadoff walk.
Would you rather have the regular season title, or would you want to be hot at the right time in the last 4 weeks of the season?"
Here's what's at stake today. The loser will play an elimination game at noon Eastern tomorrow against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State will have Harrison Bodendorf on the mound, who was a first-team All-Big 12 selection. The winner will be in the regional finals, and there are the Binghamton Bearcats hanging out tonight after their regional appearance. And the first pitch hits Macon Winslow, and the first 2 have reached for Duke here in the 6th. All right, this is a big inning now for both Georgia and Duke. Georgia needs to stop things right now, and Wes Johnson is coming out to the mound. Duke is going to have to capitalize. They have the number 9 hitter up, and then it turns the lineup over.
Well, and this is why Wes Johnson sensing the plates shifting beneath. First and foremost, we just showed Binghamton. Wow, what a fantastic team to watch. Now you talk about a bunch of great men. Tim Stanicki, their head coach. Tough way for them to bow out today, but man alive.
Wes Johnson's conference is over. His second mound visit of the night, and it comes in this huge spot with Jake Berger. All right, let's talk strategy here. You've got the number 9 hitter at the plate. Berger is 0 for 2 today. do you look to move guys over
Certainly.
in this spot?
Yeah.
Wallace Clark is 3 for 3 tonight in the on-deck circle.
Yep. And Wes Johnson, knowing that, has probably made it very aware to his group here to be ready for anything.
Berger squaring early, and he will bunt, and instead he takes ball 1. Phelps is crashing at first. Alford is a really dynamic defender at third. Looks like he is staying home more. Berger squares early again. Phelps charging in. The pitch. That down low. It's 2-0 to Berger.
Now your decision time here. If you're Chris Pollard, do you want to give it up in an advantage count? You give an opportunity potentially for Berger to swing. Now your caveat, he grounds into a double play and doesn't accomplish the job.
Harris from second. Winslow at first. He's squaring early, the 2-0, and he lays down a bunt foul. 2-1.
So third baseman staying home, and for people watching, the idea here is to try and keep that runner at second as close as possible. And Berger is seemingly giving himself up, telegraphing the move. Got to try and gain as much distance as possible.
Way up in the box again, the 2-1. He takes high, it's 3-1. Well, this might be the most important pitch of the night so far. The last thing you want to do is walk the number 9 hitter to load the bases with nobody out when he's trying to give himself up. Colton Smith set. The 3-1. Berger gets the bunt down, and it will trickle foul, and the count is full.
Wow. What do you do? Have him do
Now
it
he's going
again?
to swing it away, I think. Neither of those butt attempts were.
Well, that's true. They're quite
Spectacular.
quite feeble, indeed. Well, you talk about working on stuff in fall practice, spring ball, situational baseball that can win your regional, get you into a position to advance to Omaha. These are the types of spots. Got to simulate it mentally and execute physically.
3-2 the count, nobody out. Duke up 4-1 in the 6th. Big pitch coming. The payoff. Swinging a high fly ball is shallow right. Coming in is Burnett. He will make the catch for out number 1, and the runners have to hold. A huge out and a sigh of relief for Smith.
Well, and two things that accomplishes right there. Number 1, no advancement, and you get an out. Number 2, now you got at least the force at any base. So you do not have to worry about making the throw across the diamond to get 1 out. Massive swing in Georgia's favor right there.
Wallace Clark has had a big night. Homer his last trip. He also has a double and a single. 3 for 3 for the switch-hitting shortstop. First pitch. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. This is what extended the lead in the 5th.
Just one of those pitches that went down and got, and with authority. And there have not been any cheapies so far tonight. That one at the time, maybe as important a swing of his season.
The 0-1. That one at his feet nearly hit him. And the count 1-1. And this becomes even more critical with 1 out because A.J. Gracia is lurking in the on-deck circle. And behind him, Ben Miller. The 2 biggest hitters in this lineup for Duke. The 1-1. Ripped foul. It's 1-2.
You know what? I tell you, if you are Colton Smith, you feel really nice about that speed up right there. That could have been a mistake, and you feel fortunate that Clark was a bit aggressive in fouling that off. So now you got a great opportunity if you want to expand the zone, knowing danger still lurks on deck.
A.J. Gracia's presence over the shoulder of Clark. The 1-2. Outside, it's 2-2. Clark, a veteran player, not going to let the game speed up too much on him. Here's a shortstop in Omaha for Oklahoma. 2-2. Georgia fans trying to encourage Smith. The pitch. Swinging a soft fly ball, right center field, moving over. McCarthy will make the catch for out number 2, and the runners will have to hold. For some reason, McCarthy threw to third there. I mean, with one out, the runner at second wasn't going anywhere.
Wanted to let him know.
And now here comes A.J. Gracia. A little bit of a cheer from those Georgia fans. Gracia 1 for 3. Singled ahead of the Miller homer in the third. He's flied to left twice.
And I know you don't want to think ahead with the righty Miller on deck, but do not have to give in to Gracia as the left-hander. Make your pitch early in the count.
The first pitch to Gracia. He takes ball 1. Wow. Some moans and groans from the Georgia faithful. There's Ben Miller lurking in the on-deck circle. Momentum hanging in the balance right now. The 1-0. Gracia, fly ball shallow right. Burnett coming in. He's got it, and Smith gets out of the jam. A huge moment for the Georgia reliever. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Duke.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Your brain with Allegra versus some allergy medications during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy. But Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this.
Woo! We're nailing it.
Yeah, come on. Like a boss. Right on time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference, so you can use it even when you're driving. It's a no-brainer.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening.
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
We can't get enough of the WNBA.
Dallas Wings select Paige Beckers.
With more stars and more heat than ever.
Ridiculous!
The WNBA on ESPN.
Devils riding the left arm of Kyle Johnson tonight. Hey, it hasn't been pretty early, but man, when he's needed to finish guys off, he has relied on some wipeout arsenal. And no, the first pitch strikes aren't going to jump off the page at you. In fact, they're pretty rare to find, but it's been the 1-1 counts. 6 strikes, 2 balls afterwards, and Mikey, there's your tail of the tape. 1 for 8, the Georgia offense. That lone hit is the lone run tonight for the Bulldogs.
Smith got out of a big jam, though. First and second, nobody out with the top of the order coming up. Now Georgia needs to capitalize if they're going to get back in this game. 9-1-2 due. Hunter swings at the first pitch, hits it high in the air, deep center field. It's gone! Henry Hunter's got the dogs barking in Athens. It's 4-2.
Well, that's the first swing that we have seen that has looked comfortable since Rylan Zaborowski went up top. How about this ball? And he knew it. Watching it the whole way, matter of where that one was going to feed the trees. And here we go. Bulldog offense. And momentum alive and well in the third base dugout.
It has started to shift, and now the time of the lineup for the third time against Johnson. Alford takes ball 1. Remember, in the 5th inning, with a man at first, Ben Rounds hit a rule book double that stopped Ben Miller from scoring. Alford tried to hold up, he went around. Then Duke had the first 2 on in the 6th. They couldn't score. Now Georgia has seen momentum come back their way. They have just 2 hits tonight, both solo homers, but it definitely feels like momentum is shifting in this ballpark. Alford was trying to make it a 1-run game.
And one other part of that, Colton Smith fell behind 2-0. Runners at first and second, and the thought process was, do you continue to have the bunt?
The 1-2 inside.
Now you may look back at that sequence, not only as you mentioned, Mikey, but also Colton Smith doesn't come back in that count. Does that inning unravel? And does Duke pile on at that point?
Mark Hindy continuing to toss in the Duke pen. Upstairs, 3-2. Alford fighting that pitch up. 80 pitches now for Johnson.
I think you got to make the smart decision if you're Chris Pollard. You cannot let this go any further and bring the tying run to the plate.
The 3-2 again. Hit through the right side, a base hit. Alford reaches. And Trey Phelps would be the potential tying run. And will he face Kyle Johnson? That's the big question now. 81 pitches for the lefty. He's been outstanding tonight. Phelps is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop out to center.
They're sticking with him.
And the 2 sophomores looks like maybe now you're going to see Winslow go to the mound. Anything to stem the tide here, momentum-wise. Hindy continues to toss. This feels like a slowdown.
Now, it can be, and it might be, but here is where I kind of go back to what happened before, is that you wanted to have Hindy ready for the top of the lineup, and now he's going to get his chance.
Brady Kirkpatrick, the pitching coach, makes the pitching changes for Duke. He is on his way out to the mound. He's made no signal as of yet. The former Maryland and University of San Diego hurler joined this program going into 2023. After being the pitching coach of both Harvard and Florida Atlantic University, and he will make the change. An outstanding performance from Kyle Johnson tonight. This crowd here in Athens getting into it. Kyle Johnson, dynamite, rewarding the trust that his coaches had in him, and a big smile from the sophomore who has had an uneven season, to say the least. And it may have been late to the party tonight, but it's starting to get rocking here in Athens.
You want to play big-time college baseball. This is the atmosphere you're itching to be a part of. And that man right there gives Chris Pollard and his group all they can ask for in a dynamic start.
Mark Hindy has become one of the most reliable relievers for this Duke team, and that says something with their outstanding bullpen.
.6'4", 220, senior lefty. These are the moments also, too, that you want experience, you want slow heartbeat, you want command. And welcome to it, Mark Hindy, 2-3-4. He will face in this Bulldog lineup.
Trey Phelps yesterday, a pair of blasts. This got the scoring started for Georgia in the first. And then this laser beam into the trees in left center field. A 5 RBI performance for the sophomore. He's 0 for 2 today, but he doesn't look all that concerned, does he?
And this is that moment, too, where you know that you've had a tough start to your day at the plate, but one swing changes all of that, and if there's anyone that can do it, it is that man, Trey Phelps.
Sun setting in Athens, and the party just getting started for the Georgia faithful. The winner of this game to the regional finals. One out, Slate Alford at first, and here comes Phelps. Hindi has a really good cutter. He gets a lot of swing and misses with that pitch. Alford from first. First pitch, Phelps swings and misses. 0-1.
Well, he decided to go with a slider to start. He may be saving that good cut fastball for an advantage count.
Well, it sure felt like he thought Phelps was going to be swinging for the downs on that first pitch. Here's the 0-1. Inside. Well, he's really crowding him. It's 1-1.
Now, a good idea here by Phelps is trying to eliminate the inside part. You know he's a breaking ball-centric guy. Force him to kind of be a backdoor cutter so you can extend the hands and try and drive the baseball.
The 1-1. Tried to hold up, he went around.
I think it's about a 43.6% whiff percentage on that cutter. You've got to imagine it's a spot he wants to use it in.
What slugged Phelps has had in this injury-plagued season against lefties has been on the outer third. The pitch. Tried to hold up. He did. And now it's the Duke dugout that's incensed with Tim Cordle.
My goodness. Hold your breath. Wow. Ooh. I cannot fault Chris Pollard on his reaction.
Everybody on the Duke bench threw up their arms. You can see the Duke fans can't believe it. 2-2 the count to Phelps. The pitch. Through the right side, a base hit. Alford to third. Runners at the corners with one out.
Well, a second life for Trey Phelps. By all intents and purposes, he should have been out on the check swing. Gets an opportunity to atone. And the Dogs, the go-ahead run now at the plate and nobody out.
And the leading home run hitter for Georgia, Robbie Burnett, will bat. Burnett 0 for 2 against the starter, Kyle Johnson. Trey Phelps loves the big moment. He's the tying run at first. Shift on, first pitch, a strike, it's 0-1.
And left on left here, you're looking more four-seam fastball. A little bit more of the slider for the chase percentage, over 54% for Mark Hindi.
They're trying to make sure that Hindi is making eye contact with Burnett before he starts the delivery. Alford at third, Phelps the tying run at first. The pitch, fouled away. Georgia's prolific offense. Look at that, 13 wins when trailing by 3 or more runs this season, the most in D1.
Bears repeating that inning you talked about where the execution for Duke may come back to haunt him.
The 0-2 to Burnett in the dirt. Knocked down by Winslow. Phelps with a huge secondary lead. Winslow thought about throwing to first there, but held on.
Yeah, right decision again. Realize that's the tying run, but you do not want to induce throwing the ball around the infield at this point.
The 1-2. Foul back. Wow. Went up above the zone there, and he fought it off.
Wow. Potential gift.
Just a little steep on that approach angle.
Tell you, and again, Situational baseball here. Behind an account. Got to battle.
The 1-2. Ripped to first. Caught by Hyde. Double play. Inning over. No, I'm sorry. 2 outs. Excuse me. Alford stays at third. Oh, that was interesting.
Ball don't lie, right? Doesn't get the check swing call, but you get the 2-for-1. And Hyde steps on first. A massive double play for Mark Hindi.
But the tying run still at the plate with Zaborowski. First pitch fouled off his instep. Ooh, and that one really hurt. Second inning, here's what Rylan Zaborowski did.
Again, front foot, just so strong in being able to drive the baseball the opposite way. Didn't even get all of it, too. That's a scary part.
Wes Johnson is coming out, asking for an offensive timeout, and he's having trouble. Zaborowski didn't hear him. This is loud enough there that it's going to take a minute here for Wes Johnson to meet with his offense. One of 3 offensive timeouts that each team is allowed.
Well, the idea here for me is if you're Zaborowski, you are cutting off half the plate here. You don't even look to anything inside. This is straight middle away, even behind 0-1. Try and get you to chase even with a base open. Do not want to bring the go-ahead run to the plate.
Conference over. Alford at third. Boy, it's gotten very quiet, the pitch. Bounce foul, it's 0-2. Oh, you can feel in that silence the anticipation from this Georgia crowd.
Tell you, this is what you live for as a college baseball player. Chance to be a hero.
This is what you live for as a college baseball fan. Georgia with a tying run at the plate. The 0-2 foul back. Like he got a piece of our home plate umpire. Mike Lusky seems like he's okay. Rush the fastball up.
You
Where's
could.
He go now?
Yeah, you could. Try and expand it a little bit, though. See if he'll go fishing outside.
Not a whole lot of chase. Most of it below the zone against lefties for Zaborowski. The pitch. Called strike 3. Hindi gets out of the jam. And Georgia leaves a man at third. They get a run back, but Hindi gets out of the jam.
Oh, unbelievable job here by Hindi to execute, and right man, right spot. The double play to get the first 2, and then freezes him with a perfect breaking ball. Duke escapes. They go to the 7th up 4-2.
Feel protected under our roof so your family can dream fearlessly. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Will you marry me?
Is that Hidden Valley Ranch? This is the most flavorful day of my life.
Easy squeezy Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening.
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome.
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
Let's go! The Rob Dwalashvili, the Sugar Show! Juliana Pena!
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison, I will be champion!
Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. 7th inning, Duke leading Georgia 4-2, winner to the regional final. Colton Smith back to work against Ben Miller, who had the big blow in this one, a 3-run homer to center field, and he swings and pops it foul and out of play. This is the big moment in this game in the 3rd inning. Ben Miller, a 455-foot blast over the batter's eye in center field to give Duke the lead.
Listen, we saw some impressive BP by a lot of these guys on Thursday. There were a few guys that went there, but to do it in that moment.
Miller skies it in the air. Left center field, Nolan McCarthy, the center fielder, will make the catch for out number 1. Boy, both teams have had opportunities. If you're just joining us, Duke had 1st and 2nd, nobody out in the 6th, with a chance to extend the lead. They couldn't score. Georgia had a run home in the 6th, runners at the corners, nobody out, and couldn't score. And now Big Mo is teetering on the fence for both teams as Jake Hyde bats. First pitch. It takes a strike, 0-1.
You think about the job that Colton Smith did and coming back from the down 2-0, 1st and 2nd, no one out, to put up a goose egg. Gave Georgia every opportunity in that bottom of the 6th.
Hyde to left. Jackson racing towards the line. Has it, 2 outs.
Kind of parlay off that. You get a quick inning here. You talk about Big Mo going to teeter just a bit back more to the Bulldog dugout. Exactly what you're asked to do as a reliever. Big moments, but make sure you keep it on your side.
And we're going to get an offensive timeout for Duke. Probably just to let Mark Hindi go. You see the T-shirts the Duke fans are wearing. The Blue Devils went down to Georgia. They're looking for a super regional bid to steal. They've got Omaha on their minds. No word on whether or not they took a train in the middle of the night to get here. Ben Rounds hits. I know one that they could ride on who runs at midnight every night.
Yeah, well, midnight, 1, 4.
Thank God for sound machines. Ben Rounds takes the ball low, 1-0.
Now, the train that needs to get going is certainly in that Georgia dugout offensively. And up till last inning, not a lot to show.
The 1-0 to Rounds. Takes a strike. It's 1-1.
You think about both teams offensively, Mikey. And to their credit, Georgia has held Duke 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. 2 huge moments in the last handful of innings.
Called strike. It's 1-2.
Like conversely, Duke, also, and they've limited just the potential opportunities in and of themselves.
Georgia fans rallying behind Colton Smith. He's done a nice job since coming into this game. The righty rocks and delivers. Rounds checks his swing, and he held. It seemed like an easy call for Brandon Henson, 2-2.
They're not getting any easier this time of the game.
There certainly is a fair amount of pressure, I would say, from the audience. 2-2. The pitch. A little floater to third, caught by Alford, and a 9-pitch inning for Colton Smith as he sets down Duke in order. We stretch in Athens. Duke leading Georgia 4-2, winner to the regional finals.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, you're so back.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
The UFL is the spring football league.
More of what you want.
The atmosphere, the intensity. Must see for every football fan. The United Football League. All season long on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus.
Midnight Eastern, the SEC Now crew will be at Devon Park in Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series. They'll break down Texas's win over Oklahoma. Plus, they'll have all the highlights from our game and the other 12 SEC teams competing in the NCAA Baseball Regionals. SEC teams 12-5 so far through a day and a half of regionals. Here, Georgia trying to mount a comeback against a Duke team that has a 4-2 lead. Mark Hindy back to work as he faces Colby Branch. And the first pitch, looked like it hit the toe of Macon Winslow. It's 1-0.
5, 6, 7 in the Georgia Bulldog lineup tonight, all over. It's a key part of the lineup, and also this man yesterday, a key reason why Georgia was able to put up those 20 runs.
4 for 4 yesterday for Branch. Big shift on for the shortstop. The 1-0, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. After all that excitement in the 6th inning, it does feel like things have started to level off. We know it's going to build again. It almost feels like it's a race to the top of the order again now, Jensen, and both teams are in about the same spot. 6, 7, 8 due for Duke in the 8th. Swing and a miss by Branch. It's 1-2.
But as a reliever here, it's always the hardest part. When you have a big-time spot you got to come into, adrenaline rush, you sit, and then you got to get back up and recreate that focus and that fire.
Mark Hindy looks unflappable right now. Got out of a 1st and 3rd, nobody out jam in the 6th, and it's a Tapper foul. It's 1-2. See Chris Pollard, who's gained a ton of trust in Mark Hindy over the course of this season. Hindy didn't pitch at all in the fall because he hurt his shoulder on the Cape last year. But since the beginning of April, he's been very good. And a liner down the left field line into the corner. It's extra bases for Branch. A leadoff double for the Georgia shortstop in the 7th.
There's your spark. That's what you needed. Boy, he has looked really solid. And quiet. Little toe tap, get it down, barrel out in front. Thinking 2 all the way. And here we go again, Mikey.
Now, if you're Georgia, you have to cash this one in now. They need to get at least one back. They had 1st and 3rd, nobody out, down a pair in the 6th and couldn't score. Christian Adams faces Hindy here. At the very least, you need him to roll over a ball, right? Just get the runner to 3rd with 1 out. Love more. First pitch outside, 1-0.
You can be selective here, though. Again, just don't do it just to move the runner. You get a pitch to drive, make sure you take advantage.
First pitch was away, and there's a huge hole in the left side of the infield. That one away again. No, it's a strike, 1-1, but it was on the outside corner.
I just happened to look down at Wes Johnson. He was telling his hitter, hey, don't worry, settle down, focus on you.
The 1-1, Tapper off the end of the bat and foul. It's 1-2.
All right, so now the mentality changes here for Adams. Now you have to, any way possible, jump out in front of it to make sure it comes to the right side.
baseman. Miller is backed up a little bit and is playing off the line now, closing up that hole on the left side a little bit. The 1-2 upstairs, trying to get him to chase the high heater, 2-2.
th pitch here, 24th or 25th for Hindi, and just kind of see it now. That part about recreating that fire, always tough.
Fouled away.
It's the toughest thing to do, Mike, especially the emotional toll, the adrenaline rush.
The set. The 2-2. Outside, and the count is full to Adams. Fouled away.
I gotta tell you, Adams is kind of taking a page out of Duke's book right here, being so tough and stubborn. Really making Hindi work, showing a lot of the arsenal here as well.
James Talon getting loose in the Duke bullpen, one of their most important bullpen arms. 3-2 again to Adams. Tying run at the plate, bottom of the 7th. Liner foul towards the Duke bullpen.
Everything's been elevated, Mike. Hindi has had a real tough time being able to get it down in the zone.
Well, the thing is that Adams' chase against lefties is above the zone, right? And it's not like Hindy's overpowering, but has he got to get up higher than high?
Let me see.
10th pitch of the at-bat coming against Adams here. The 3-2 again. Up and in, ball 4 in the first 2 of reach for Georgia. That is the first walk issued by Duke pitching tonight. And here is Daniel Jackson. Yesterday, a pair of 3-run homers.
Oh, wouldn't he love one here?
Tying runs on base. Miller playing at the cut of the turf at third. Hyde looking to charge at first. Not bunting, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1.
So situationally, you get the signs from the dugout here. And the guy who showed you yesterday can hit the ball at the ballpark. Not necessarily want to give him up. Got to be smart about going to the right side.
0-1. Swing and a miss. Ooh, that was maybe the best breaking ball Hindy's thrown. It's 0-2.
And now conversely, way ahead if you're Hindi. If you're going to throw that breaking ball and back foot it, make sure it is down.
The 0-2. Missed away. Not where he was trying to go with it. Maybe getting a little quick in his delivery there, Jensen, with emotion.
Again, you get ahead in the count. You try and do too much for a pitch. Let your mechanics work for you here.
The 1-2. Upstairs. Two and two the count to Jackson. The pitch. Called strike 3. A backdoor breaking ball for out number 1.
Wow, did that take some guts. My goodness, Mark Hindi, tip of the cap, my friend. This is just dynamite. No way that Jackson's looking for that one. Beautifully executed, a massive, massive first out.
Brady Kirkpatrick with the quick walk out to the mound. Wes Johnson having a conversation with our home plate umpire, Mike Lusky. I don't know what this is about. Were there complaints from the dugout maybe? And Wes Johnson is saying, I wonder if Lusky thought he heard something from the dugout, as we're going to get a pitching change here. It didn't seem like a thoroughly unpleasant conversation, but Wes Johnson is not happy with the result of it, whatever it was. And James Talon is coming into this game for Duke. Tying runs on base, one out, bottom of the 7th. We got a good one. Duke leading Georgia 4-2, winner to the regional finals.
Businesses are the backbone of our communities. And Bank of America is the best bank for small and medium-sized businesses. With over 3,700 dedicated business specialists across the nation, we're on your corner and in your corner. Because when businesses prosper, communities thrive. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew, what kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
Mark Hindy is done after an inning and a third. He got out of a big jam in the 6th. He gets the first out here, but he's responsible for the tying runs on base. And James Talon will take over.
You know, four-seam cutter changeup from the junior left-hander. He'll run it up there about 95. And there's going to be a little adrenaline spike when he ascends the mound for this matchup.
Talon had a rough season a year ago after being a freshman All-American while he pitched through a torn hip labrum. Rather than sit out the season, he wanted to pitch for his Duke team. Now he's come back. He is a very, very good reliever, and he might be tasked with trying to get the final 5 outs. Nolan McCarthy at the plate. And Talon a spin move and toss to second, which nobody ever likes.
Not even me. I'm a pitcher.
Nobody wants to go through the motions. First pitch to McCarthy. Swing and a miss. Just blew the heater by him 0-1.
Well, again, if you look at the mechanics of James Talon, there's a lot of arms and legs coming at you. So picking up release point here from McCarthy and the guys following him. Tough task now here in the twilight.
The 0-1. McCarthy chases a high heater. It's 0-2.
Yeah, as we talked about, right in their living room. Oh, Gumby. Slingshot in that fastball.
The 0-2. Up and away. 1-2.
And McCarthy almost went Rajay Davis how far he was choking up on the bat.
The 1-2 pitch. On the ground to short. Clark backhands, only plays at third, and he got him. Heads up play by the senior shortstop, 2 outs.
Oh, man. In that spot, if he doesn't get that, you got bases loaded and 1 out. Check it out again. Look at the footwork first, Mikey. Look at him get to it, collect himself, make an accurate throw to third. Fundamentally sound there for Mr. Clark.
If Duke ends up winning this game, that might be the biggest out that they recorded. Here is Henry Hunter. He homered his last trip. A shot to center field. Tying runs on base with 2 outs, last of the 7th. First pitch. Takes in the dirt, 1-0. This is back in the 6th.
And knew it when he left the bat. Firing the boys up in the dugout.
The 1-0. Inside, 2-0. And remember, this is the number 9 hitter. The last thing you want to do is put him on base and turn things over for the top of this order.
That strike zone get a little bit tighter.
2-0 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Hunter had decided, I think, when Talon was in his windup that he was going to try and homer.
Ball 3 right there, and put your shoes back on, tie him back up.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
If you're James Talon, don't mess around. We've seen it twice. Put it right back there.
Fans coming to their feet. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the breaking ball, and Talon gets out of the jam. Georgia gets the first 2 on in the 7th, but they can't score as Talon finishes it off.
Beautiful breaking ball. Another piece of free air conditioning, and Duke can smell it. They're close to the finish line.
Will you marry me?
Is that Hidden Valley Ranch? This is the most flavorful day of my life.
Easy Squeezy Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Ooh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening.
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome.
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
The UFL is the spring football league.
Serving exactly what you want. More of what you love.
The atmosphere.
There's a buzz right now in this building.
The intensity.
Touchdown! Whoa!
Must see for every football fan.
Oh my!
The UFL knows what gets the people going. Everything you could ever want in spring football.
This is the UFL!
The United Football League. All season long on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+.
What a whale of a ball game we've had tonight. 2 worthy adversaries in this 1-0 game. A regional final appearance on the line. And Duke clinging to a 4-2 lead over Georgia as we go to the 8th. They are packed in here at Foley Field tonight. The atmosphere's been incredible. These Georgia fans have brought it. The small group of Duke fans that have been here have been boisterous. And Tyler Albright takes a first pitch from Colton Smith for a ball, 1-0.
Colton Smith now working on 2 2/3 of 1 hit shutout relief. A huge reason why Georgia's still within striking distance.
A hat trick for Albright tonight. He's fanned 3 times, but he's ahead in the count, 2-0. Jensen, they have had 2 escapes with men in scoring position, nobody out in the last 2 innings for Duke. It feels like they need to score again if they're going to win this game. 3-0.
Exactly what you're looking for if you're Duke. Get some traffic, force Wes Johnson to make another decision about a bullpen arm.
And you got 6, 7, and 8, and you want to get the bottom of the order cleared. Get your best hitters up again. The 3-0. A strike, it's 3-1.
45 pitches have been yeoman's work here for Colton Smith. Action down there, Nate Taylor getting ready.
Smith did make half a dozen starts this year, and the leadoff man draws a walk. Albright aboard. ESPN's the home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals. For around-the-clock multi-game view, scan the QR code below. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. All of the action going on tonight. The 1-0 games are incredibly intense. The regional final on the line. And I wonder if this might be it for Smith, as here comes Wes Johnson out of the Georgia dugout. Duke with the leadoff man on in the 8th. And Albright, the leading base stealer on this Duke team. And we have a pitching change. Duke leads Georgia 4-2 in the top of the 8th. Winner to the regional finals.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox. Smells like grapefruit. Feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
There is one goal: to get to Omaha. And the heat has been turned all the way up.
That's one way to get the party started.
Every pitch, every swing, every play matters. Is this the year they reach the promised land?
Regionals continue through Monday on the networks of ESPN.
All right, here was a key moment in the 5th inning. Ben Miller delivered a one-out single off Brian Curley. Put him aboard, and then 1 out later, Ben Rounds hits a double up the alley in right center field. Georgia got a break there as it bounced over the fence into the trees, and it forced Miller to stop at third. Colton Smith strikes out Tyler Albright. That was a big break for Georgia, and it looms large in a 2-run game right now, and Colton Smith did a fabulous job out of the bullpen for Georgia tonight.
Just think about what those different ebbs and flows do to you, and that one of the inflection points, no question about it.
And then put the first 2 on in the 6th. Set down the next 6 in a row before walking Albright. Nate Taylor is on, just his 9th appearance of the year.
Now this part in the lineup too now. Left, right, left. Bottom of the Duke order. You mentioned it, Mike. You're trying to get things back over the top. Try and get at least another opportunity for your top of the order with runners in scoring position. And Nate Taylor tasked with keeping the deficit right here for Georgia.
Big insurance run potentially at first. Albright 14 of 14 on stolen base attempts. Smith's first pitch swung on and missed by Sam Harris. It's 0-1.
Duke tonight 3 for 13 with runners on.
The 0-1 upstairs. It's 1-1.
If there was ever a time for their offensive discipline to come into effect, this is it right here.
Duke does not chase very much. A 1-1 upstairs, 2-1.
Kind of borderline, but if you're Nate Taylor, you're kind of hoping and praying you get that one to get to an advantage count.
We went from hushed silence to groans of displeasure from this Georgia fan base. 2-1. Called strike. That was a really good pitch. It's 2-2.
All right, so most of the arsenal in the limited outings here for Taylor. More so the fastball, trying to get the put-away pitch. We'll use the changeup as well.
Albright gets the lead from first. The 2-2. Foul back. Trying to tie him up with that heater. Two and two the count. Duke leading 4-2. They have the leadoff man on in the 8th. They have not scored since Clark's solo homer in the 5th. Harris slaps it foul.
Whoa. That was.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, that was near miss right there. Goodness gracious.
2-2 the count. Sam Harris has solidified his spot as the DH for this Duke team. Big double yesterday. The pitch to short. That could be 2. Branch to second for 1. On to first, a double play.
That kid has been so smooth. He has had himself a good couple of days all the way around. Said, no, forget it. I will take it myself. Great footwork, accuracy, strong throw. Quickly 2 down.
2 outs, nobody on for Macon Winslow. If you're looking ahead to the Georgia 8th, down a pair, they will have the top of the order due up against Talent. First pitch misses. It's 1-0. Actually, that looked like he threw it off a pitchback. It came right to him. Do the kids still use the pitchback?
Yeah. Remember the old.
I had one of those.
Yeah.
My control was so bad, I used to go in the gaps at the top. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs. 2-0 to Winslow.
And so predominantly righties fastball and curveball here for Taylor. Has gotten a pretty good whiff percentage on the curveball in limited reps.
2-0. That's the chase. It's 2-1.
A lot of challenge fastballs here from the Georgia relief corps, and you can understand why. You talked about it off the top. Highest average fastball velocity in the SEC.
The 2-1. Fouled away at 93.8 miles an hour. Average on their fastball. Tied with Arkansas and Tennessee atop the league. That's tops in the country, not just the SEC. 2-2 to Winslow. Swing and a miss. Taylor gets out of the jam. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Top of the order due for Georgia, trailing by a pair. Winner to the regional finals.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Wake up! We got pain to relieve by morning. Ice, hot, lavender! New Icy Hot, nighttime recovery. You're so back.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I can say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. Cody and I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG, June 20th.
Let's go. The Rob Dwalish-Willie, the Sugar Show. Juliana
going to beat me, Kayla. Kayla Harrison, I will be champion.
The NCAA Baseball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Athens, Georgia, Foley Field. Regional final on the line. Georgia trailing 4-2. You see what they have done against the three lefties for Duke tonight. The numbers not nearly as good, even at home, against left-handed pitching as they trail 4-2 in what has been the best game of this regional so far. Slade Alford, a single is last time, takes the ball outside from James Talon. The relief ace from Duke. Both of these teams trying to get to a regional final. And the top of the order here for Georgia in the 8th. Alford inside the bag at third. Sliding stop Miller. Long throw across. He got him.
Oh, baby. Are you kidding me? This guy is a stud. What a play. This thing's ticketed for extra bases if he doesn't get over to it. And really smart using the carpet. Easy feed. Oh. What a job. That is slick.
Playing a little bit closer to the line late in the game, and it helps as they retire the leadoff man here in the 8th. And here's Trey Phelps, who takes the ball high, 1-0. Phelps singled in the 6th. This after Henry Hutter, the number 9 hitter, hit a home run. Back-to-back singles for Georgia. And then Phelps was doubled off first as he swings and misses the high heater. It's 1-1.
Tell you what, for a pitcher, you see your defense make a play like that, that's worth about a mile an hour or two in the adrenaline department, no question about it.
1-2.
Nice Talon's field at 94. See, all right. Now, if you're Trey Phelps, still have to be disciplined. Yes, you're behind in the count. You got to defend a little bit. Do not go fishing down in the zone.
Talon set for the 1-2. Way high, 2-2. Let's take one more look at that play by Ben Miller.
Little Matt Chapman to him right there at the hop, huh?
I mean, using the turf to slide, I'm not sure that he can make that play getting to his feet that quickly on grass, let alone the help that he got from the carpet on the throw. Swing and a miss. Phelps chases the high heater, 2 outs.
Well, I said it yesterday that if Binghamton could beat Georgia, they would have to exploit the upper part of the zone against the offense. High fastballs have been a problem for Georgia's offense for most of this season. That one right in the scouting report for Duke. And James Talon exploiting it right there.
Robbie Burnett lined into a double play his last time. First pitch from Talon. Lands a breaking ball strike. It's 0-1. This looks an awful lot like the James Talon we saw his freshman year. We mentioned earlier that he pitched through a hip injury that he didn't tell the public about last season, and it was a really difficult year for him. Soft liner into shallow center field, and the tying run will come to the plate in the 8th. And it'll be Rylan Zaborowski. And this Georgia fan base recognizing who's coming up, starting to get excited because he can tie the game with one swing. Second inning, he got Georgia on the board.
Well, doesn't take much. You give him an opportunity to extend those big arms. Even now, under the lights, still got a great chance to beat you.
First pitch, he takes low, 1-0. It is really stagnant in this ballpark right now. There is no wind for the first time in these 2 days. The outfield incredibly deep. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Chris Pollard came out of the dugout before this at bat and put his hands behind his head to say no doubles. And I'm not sure that A.J. Grosset could play any deeper. He might be near the ball that Ben Miller hit out earlier in the dirt, 2-1.
Well, it's a smart idea, right? You want to keep Burnett in front of you. Try and avoid at least the tying run to get in scoring position.
A huge pitch here to the powerful Zaborowski. The 2-1. Popped up, fouling out of play, 2-2.
Wow, that could have been a pitch. And Zabo could have done a bit of damage on. See the first 75 ABs, 14 bombs, last 66 outside of tonight.
2-2, the pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit into left center field. Burnett will race to third, and Georgia has him at the corners with 2 outs for Colby Branch.
Well, we said it might have been the quietest 4 for 4 yesterday in the Georgia lineup, considering all the other damage that was done around Colby Branch. But a chance for him to be a hero tonight.
This feels like the game is on the line in the 8th inning. Branch a double to start the 7th and was stranded. Georgia fans on their feet. Big hole in the right side. The mega shift on, and Branch fouls the first one back, 0-1.
Great job by James Talon, just going with his strengths, trying to get ahead. One pitch away in your mind, and if you're Georgia, just keep the line moving.
You see the shift. There is nobody other than the first baseman holding Zaborowski on the right side. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. A nasty breaking ball from Talon, 0-2.
Well, might as well just come back with it.
Reed Easterly getting loose in the Duke bullpen, who closed it out last night. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Talon gets him. And Duke will head to the 9th with the lead.
95 cheese, elevated fastball, the kryptonite for Georgia's offense, and Duke exploits it yet again. What a performance from James Talon. 3 outs from the regional final.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Ooh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Ooh, look at those pork chops. With Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning? Yes, please. Ranch seasoned, savory, and sizzling. Hidden Valley Ranch. Only serious about flavor.
Building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works. See, that's how it works.
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew, what kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
The Women's College World Series on the networks of ESPN.
Let's take a look at tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. It's this big blast from Ben Miller.
Yet again, last night it was a big 3-run homer. Tonight, let's go ahead for the encore. And then, how much you put on the Gold Glove, my friend? Sparkling job. And a defensive wizardry on display from the senior.
A Durham native trying to get his team to Omaha for the first time since 1961. Now, between innings, after Talon's strikeout, Chris Pollard, the head coach for Duke, was in a heated discussion with second base umpire Chris Koski. We did not see exactly what happened, but Pollard came out to argue first with Koski and then with home plate umpire Mike Lusky. I hate to speculate what it was that caused this, but somebody on the umpiring crew was upset with something, it felt like, in the Duke dugout.
Some to monitor here. A big inning now for the right-hander, Zachary Harris, tasked with keeping this deficit at just 2 runs.
The right-hander will face Jake Berger, the number 9 hitter. Duke hasn't had a hit since the Clark homer in the 5th. A strike, it's 0-1. Actually, excuse me, that's since the double by Ben Rounds in the 5th.
Harris going to be in that low to mid-90s. He'll touch a 96, reaching back for it. Little slider and changeup.
Berger, the Harvard transfer, 0 for 3. Checks and takes outside, 1-1. Nobody has left as of yet. This has been a wonderfully intense ball game between 2 outstanding baseball teams. The 1-1 fouled away. It's 1-2.
Yeah, Berger the 9-hole, and then another opportunity, 5th time around, for Clark and Gracia due next.
The 1-2. Outside, it's 2-2.
Well, the hair on that one from Harris at 97. The hardest fastball he's thrown this year.
Harris set for the 2-2. Back through the middle. Nice play by Branch. Fires to first. He got him. Oh, what a play by Branch. 1 out.
Wow. Oh, man. Anything you can do, I can do better. Mr. Branch, come on down. Your table is ready, my friend. Whoa, that's a sparkler. He's going into center field. Arm strength and accuracy to get it to first. Hello.
That had base hit written all over it, and Colby Branch gets the leadoff man. And here's Clark, 3 hits tonight, a double, a homer, and a single. 4-2 Duke in the 9th. Clark to deep right center field. Way back. That ball is gone. The second home run of the night for the senior. And the insurance run Duke has been looking for. They lead 5-2.
Unbelievable. 2 seniors the last 2 nights. Ben Miller and Mr. Clark.
Gracia swings and misses. The left side of the infield has knocked in all 5 runs tonight for Duke. Wallace Clark with a home run that has silenced this crowd. The barking has turned to a whimper here as that one misses outside. It's 1-1.
Well, that's what you ask for from your leaders, from your veterans in the biggest of spots. Opportunity to create additional breathing room. Incredibly important insurance run.
The 1-1. Gracia takes it inside. It's 2-1. Now for your Harris. Jensen, you've been in this spot before. You have to regroup and get them out. 3 runs isn't insurmountable for Georgia.
Arguably the toughest thing to do right now because you know you let your mates down.
Checks and takes low. 3-1. It's not like Georgia hasn't had chances, but they're still in this game.
Yep. And you do not want to put a man on in front of Ben Miller.
The pitch. Gracia bounces foul, 3-2. Duke's first hit since the 5th inning. The Wallace-Clark home run to extend the lead here in the 9th. The only noise is coming from the small group of Duke fans above the first base dugout. And Gracia draws a one-out walk. Let's go back to the Clark homer with one out here in the 9th.
We talk about location a lot. I mean, that, you put a changeup on a tee, any left-handed hitter will tell you that's exactly what they want. You dream of pitches like that in this kind of spot. You put your team that much closer to a regional final.
Ben Miller bats 2 for 4 tonight, including the 3-run homer that gave Duke the lead in the 3rd. He takes inside, ball 1.
Blue Duke collar all the way, right?
Just keep trying to construct a victory. Too much?
Right on it.
1-0 upstairs. It's 2-0.
I thought you were going to say that they have the blueprints to win.
Oh, man, I should have done that. That would have been good. It's the difference between your Vanderbilt education and mine. 2-0 the count to Miller. Oh, hit him on the left hand.
Oh.
He is.
Oh, boy.
That sounded squishy when it hit.
Oh, boy.
Ben Miller is in a lot of pain right now.
You could hear it up here, man. It was almost like a foul ball. Oy. Right on the underside of the wrist. Oof. 95 on the fastball.
This is what it sounded like.
Georgia is challenging the
Georgia has decided to challenge this play, thinking it may have hit the knob of the bat.
I think, I mean, yeah, if you're Wes Johnson, why not? You got to try. That's what we said, you know, you're now asking Zach Harris to deal with in the middle of a senior part of the lineup. I can't imagine this is. It's got him right there. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, flush.
That's so we've got a challenge left. Let's see what happens.
Now you just hope for Ben Miller that that thing is not going to puff up overnight.
Let's take a look real quick at the bracket while this is being reviewed. The loser of this game will play Oklahoma State tomorrow and have to face Harrison Bodendorf, the best pitcher on Oklahoma State's staff. Held out until now. The winner will be in a regional final and one win away from Super Regionals. Get the call from the umpiring crew here in a moment. Let's hear what they have to say.
After a review, the batter was hit by a pitch, first base. Georgia is charging challenge.
Good news is that at least for now, Ben Miller looks like he's staying in the game, although it still appears that he is in some discomfort.
You're going to see a lot more once he starts to take ground balls for the bottom of the ninth. See how much it affects him.
So Miller aboard. Two men on here.
He is.
With one out in the ninth, and Duke looking to add more. Jake Hyde tonight is 0 for 3 with a walk. First pitch to the first baseman. Outside, 1-0. If you're a Georgia fan and you're thinking about the ninth inning, set 6, 7, and 8 due in the order. Adams, Jackson, and McCarthy, the scheduled hitters.
0 for 7 combined as well.
have to get out of this frame without any further damage. Hyde takes a strike. It's 1-1. And for Duke, they've had a lot of opportunities to tack on. Clark's homer helps, but they would love to go to the bottom of the ninth with this game outside of Grand Slam range against the powerful Georgia offense. Swing and a miss. Ooh, that was nasty. It's 1-2.
Really good changeup. Highest whiff percentage against lefties. That pitch. A rare swing and miss from the Duke lineup tonight.
1-2 the count to Hyde. Down low, 2-2. You can hear the Georgia fans starting to try and get back into this, trying and bring some energy back. The Clark home run has taken all of the air out of this balloon. Two and two the count to Hyde. Fouled away.
Well, still plenty of juice on the fastball here from Zach Harris. Now just needs to execute. If he wants to elevate, cannot be over the big part of the plate. And if you're Hyde, see it a long time. It's off speed, got to be elevated in the zone.
Two. Down low, and the count is full. Hyde's at-bats have been very good tonight. Hyde and Rounds have seen a lot of pitches in the middle of this order. The 3-2. On one hop. Oh, past Branch into left center field, a base hit. One run will score. Miller to third. It's an RBI single for Jake Hyde, and it's 6-2 Duke.
Well, we're used to seeing screens for Duke basketball. You just got one in the baseball version. Heads up base running here, and watch, this one gets in there fast and a little knuckle too with it. Just enough cutting off the vision there for Branch at short.
Branch, who made that sensational play to start the inning. That was a really difficult, almost an in-between hop. And Georgia's going back to the bullpen. Duke with a chance to bust it open. They lead 6-2 in the top of the ninth.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Pedro's parents planned for adventure, but they didn't plan for him to make a new best friend. You were made to get more than you bargained for. We were made to help you save on packages. Expedia, made to travel.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew, what kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
Let's go! The Rob Dwalashvili, the Sugar Show! Juliana Pena!
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison!
I will be champion.
Wallace Clark may have just sent Duke to the regional final. A solo homer to start this ninth inning. And Duke, looking to play for its fourth Super Regional since 2018, now has a 6-2 lead. Zach Harris gave up that home run. And another, and now a key insurance run at third base with one out.
Yep.
And the new pitcher for Georgia is Justin Bird.
See 92 to 94 on the heater. More of a slider, sparingly a changeup, more so to lefties. Could see it in this AB against Rounds. Dire straits now for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Ben Rounds has a double in 4 trips today. First pitch, he takes outside 1-0. Third baseman Alford playing in. First baseman Phelps holding the runner at first. A fly ball of more than medium depth would get that insurance run home and make it a 5-run game. And the reason I mention 5 runs, Jensen, is that in this ballpark, one swing of the bat can change everything very quickly. And the last thing you want to do is be in a position, if you're Duke, is for Georgia to tie the game with one swing.
Well, and remember,
swing and a miss.
James Talon going to be on for his 3rd inning of work, 2nd up down. Always the toughest outs to get are the final 3, regardless of the score.
Reed Easterly was tossing earlier for Duke, but it's quiet in their pen right now. 2-1 the count to Rounds. The pitch, 3-1.
This was the unknown coming into this regional. What reliability would the Georgia bullpen be able to produce?
It is a talented group, but they have not had consistent results. And the 3-1, a strike. Rounds thought it was ball 4, but the count goes full. I think let's turn the runner with 1 out here to stay out of the double play.
Absolutely, you could. How aggressive will Chris Pollard get?
3-2. Runners at the corners. Hyde not running, and Rounds down on strikes for out number 2.
Big time fastball from Bird right there. 25th strikeout of the season. And now, chance to get the boys back in the dugout with just surrendering to 2 runs.
2 outs for Tyler Albright. 0 for 3 with a walk. The first pitch to the right fielder, up and in. 1-0. Again, 6, 7, and 8 due in the bottom of the 9th for Georgia. Adams, Jackson, McCarthy, the scheduled hitters. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
All around impressive night from the Duke offense. Just, start to finish. The mentality, the execution of the approach.
1-2.
Couple of big hits with 2 outs. It's been one of their calling cards all year in these kind of situations.
Runners get their lead from the corners. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Albright down on strikes for the 4th time today, but the damage done. Duke scores a pair. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Duke 3 outs from the regional final.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Check-in time is 3.
It's 2:55.
I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No games, no fun.
Yes, Coach.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, you always have your vacation home to yourself. Make it a Verbo.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. I'm fine. Gravity on.
on June 20th. Kick off your summer with
Elio.
You are more puny than I expected.
I could say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. And I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio. Rated PG, June 20th.
The UFL is the spring football league.
More of what you want.
The atmosphere, the intensity. Must see for every football fan. The United Football League. All season long on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+.
6-2 Duke going to the bottom of the ninth. The T-shirts say the Blue Devils went down to Georgia. What they don't say is that there's a regional that they're looking to steal as they try to get back to Supers for the second time in 3 years. James Talon will try to finish it off. A couple of key insurance runs. Ben Miller, the last out of the dugout for Duke. Remember, he was hit by a pitch on the hand, but he is back defensively playing third base. 6, 7, and 8 due for Georgia here. Christian Adams will lead off. 0 for 2. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Now, this Georgia offense is powerful.
Yep.
Adams is the only member of the starting lineup tonight that does not have double-digit home runs this season. So if they get traffic, it ain't over. Adams down the left field line towards the corner, and that one is one hopping off the wall. Adams around second. He's digging for third. The throw not in time. It's a leadoff triple in the ninth.
I gotta tell you, he was brave to go from second to third, knowing you never want to make the first or third out there, but boy, heck of a swing. I thought he was gonna get a double-digit home run total after this one, Mikey. Great swing, ball carried, and he just engages the hyperdrive to get there to third.
I'm a little surprised that Duke hasn't challenged us to see if it hit the foul pole and went out of play. Not that that runner matters as much as the next couple, but still. First pitch to the pinch hitter. Devin Obey misses low. Let's take a look here. It doesn't look like it did. Devin Obey, the former Duke center fielder at the plate. In the middle of an 0 for 31, he takes a strike, gets 1-1.
You just want to keep the line moving if you're Obey here. And nothing fancy. Stay within yourself.
He was a star for Duke a year ago as their center fielder. He takes down and in, it's 2-1.
Yeah, Easterly now warming in earnest here. And you'd imagine the leash here for Chris Pollard not going to be too long.
Talon's 2-1. On the ground to third and foul. 2-2. Here's the difference between Devin Obey last year and this year. No hits in his last 30 at-bats. It's taken the average down. It's cost him the center field job here, but this is a talented, powerful offensive player.
No time like the present to break a streak.
Hitting for Daniel Jackson. 2-2 as he faces his former team. Foul back. Ooh, he got a hanger there and was just a little tardy.
Great pitch to hit. Oh, Talon left it out. In the danger zone. Yeah, the fun zone wants that one to be Obi-Wan gone Obey.
2-2. Swing and a miss, and that's the first out of the ninth. Obey down on strikes.
Well, just straight up, challenge fastball. I think Talon knew he didn't want to make another mistake.
Nolan McCarthy get into a fielder's choices last time on a terrific heads-up play by Wallace Clark. And what looked like it could have been an infield hit. With runners at first and second, Clark made a play in the hole and got the lead runner at third base. That is a huge defensive moment. 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
I'll tell you, Talon's fastball has got a little bit more life. This is playing way better than 93, 94. And McCarthy going to go back to that choked up grip.
The 0-2. That went to the screen where the runner holds at third. Oh, and what a job by Winslow to stop that one from pinballing around further.
Rick Vaughn knows how to throw that one. Tell you, the carom actually would have been advantageous for Talon. It came right back if the runner had come home. Adams dared try and get it. Of course, his run means nothing right now.
Yeah, that was pretty smart base running there. He knows that they need more base runners. That run to count, they need to get a couple more men on. McCarthy needs to drive him home. 1-2 the count. The pitch, way high. 2-2.
Last hitter here with the lefty on deck.
I think you ride Talon. I mean, he's got the overwhelming stuff. Easterly doesn't have the fastball that Talon does. The pitch, fouled away. If you can get Talon through this inning, and you feel like you have a relatively fresh Easterly tomorrow. Now, start getting some more traffic, it probably changes. But with a 4-run lead, Talon trying to close it out. The 2-2 through the right side, a base hit for McCarthy. Scoring is Adams, and it's a 6-3 game.
That's why you choke up. You're not catching the heat the normal way. Well, let's try and shorten the distance. Shift on, beautifully placed. RBI single. Little bingo going right now for Georgia.
Now Georgia needs one more base runner to get the tying run to the plate, and Henry Hutter is homered tonight. Anyway, that was Georgia's first hit with a man in scoring position tonight.
1 for 8.
6-3 Duke. First pitch. A strike, it's 0-1.
Just moving the line if you're Hunter. Do not come out of your shoes unless it is exactly the pitch you're looking for.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Talon got Hunter on strikes his last time, and you see there's not any action in the bullpen right now for Duke. 0-2. The pitch. Outside. Trying to go back to the breaking ball again.
Like the idea. Yep.
So he got Hunter on the last time.
Don't have to come back inside, but the elevated fastball is available to you.
Here's Reed Easterly, the pitch. Swing and a miss! And now Duke 1 out away from the regional finals.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Beautiful breaking ball. It's a nearly impossible at bat for a left-hander. And you see how defensive that swing was for Hunter. And the Duke faithful sensing the moment.
Standing and cheering, Slade Alford 1 for 4. His last at bat, he grounded out to third on a terrific play by Ben Miller. The at bat before, it was a wrong way base hit against the shift, and the shift is on for him. First pitch, he takes up high, 1-0.
Boy, whatever you can do to get Trey Phelps to the batter's box.
They need one more base runner to get the tying run to the plate. The pitch, fouled back. He had a good rip there. It's 1-1.
Creeping up to the 50 pitch mark. This has been an incredible job. Talon has escaped a couple of threats.
The 1-1. In the air to right. Albright over. Camped under it. And Duke is headed to the regional finals. The number 2 seed, the Duke Blue Devils, are 2-0 in the Athens Regional as they defeat the number 7 overall seed, Georgia Bulldogs, tonight, 6-3, and they are 1 win away from moving on to Supers.
Well, this was exactly what Duke had envisioned, an opportunity to come back to a place that they had won a region before. There was a calmness, there was a comfortability, there was a confidence, and they are 1 win away from punching their ticket back to a Super Regional.
Georgia and Oklahoma State will play tomorrow afternoon for their tournament to try and stay in, to come through the losers bracket. Duke is 1 win away from going to Super Regionals. They'll get 2 chances to win 1 game. Kyle Johnson, terrific tonight as the starter for Duke. Ben Miller, a 3-run homer, a defensive play of the night. And Wallace Clark, a pair of home runs, as Duke is heading to the regional final. 6-3 the final. For Jensen Lewis and our outstanding crew here in Athens, I'm Mike Farron. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, the final tonight. The Duke Blue Devils defeat Georgia 6-3 to head to a regional final tomorrow evening. Thank you for joining us this evening on the SEC Network. Actually,